me.
I told her I'd get her up tomorrow.
If she was asking what I want for my birthday, I told her, get old Jason to give me a good box.
When is your birthday?
The 17th.
December, right?
I told her I'd get her up tomorrow.
Oop, let me mute that. Yeah, I'm going to tell her to hold off on getting anything through me because David Adams will have their Black Friday extravaganza, and there might be something better on it to go through. It all depends on what she wants to do and where she's at on it all.
Dang it.
Yeah, there hasn't been much on videos for like scam stuff out recently at all. I've been looking at a couple things I'm going to make into one video, but man, a lot of stuff's all the same thing. People doing trades with untrustworthy people, paying freaking friends and family or Facebook pay and all that. What's up, Todd? The Norwegian.
What's up, Todd? What's happening? What's up, guys?
I'll put my camera around here in a few. I just want to show part of the eXtreme pack. Well, it'll be a good chunk of it. I'll wait till we get about 15, 20 and I'll do it.
Yeah, I had a feeling Theodore Bryce Harper would be winning. I'm surprised Otani got unanimous. That kind of surprises me.
Dual roll, that's why.
I got it, man. It's all good.
Battery, look at him as.
I got it. I was going to ask you, did you want me to hold that for you? Do you want me just to send that out, Magnus? It's up to you.
Tell you this much, I never want to put them freaking shells together in the garage again. Those things. They showed a video on Lowe's with one person putting them together easily. You can't. There's no way. Then the fun day of the freezer, of them saying, "Oh, we'll be out there. We'll be out there. Hey, do you mind if it's 10 o'clock now, 11 o'clock at night?" No, we're not coming. We'll have to reschedule it, but it'll be there either tomorrow or the next day. Then they tell Lowe's some crazy stuff. What's up, Brian? But yeah, I couldn't up. They're like, "Oh, Lowe's has to schedule." Basically, Lowe's manager brought me out my freezer. Then decorating for Christmas and getting the eXtreme pack ready. Goodness gracious. Oh, I'm sure they're going on, Theodore. It's just right now with Christmas coming up, they're going to be popping again. But the thing is, a lot of people that are scamming are all taking like friends and family payments and stuff like that. That's I just don't even post it because I think I've overbeat that one, the dead horse.
Yeah,
Facebook Pay, and I think like either Venmo or Cash App, one of the two, you can't. It's hard to get your money back.
Yeah, I saw that, Magnus. That was insane. Was it Leighton that pulled that Brady?
Yeah, it was late and it was all over the place. I can't remember what I was doing that night, but everybody was talking about it.
Oh, I know Magnus knows about that 101. Tommy, I did break down and I did get the red 2 out of 5. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get one of every color. Maybe I might try and get all these red 1 out of 5 Tomays. I don't know.
This is my new thing.
It's all PC.
Only 5 in a set.
What do you mean there's only 5?
There's only 5 of these. 5 race car drivers in the whole downtown set.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I saw the Jeff Gordon Color Blast. You see that one?
Uh-uh.
Uh-huh. There's NASCAR Color Blast too.
Oh, I put hugs under me. So used to her being upstairs. I mean, F1 took off. NASCAR eventually has to, somewhat.
I don't know if I'm going to do the Rainbow Magnus. I don't know. Like I said, I know I got the Superfractor. I got the 2 of 5 red. I mean, maybe I can try and do the Rainbow, or I can just try and grab all the ones out of 5. I don't know.
Theodore, that'll be next year. And you got to think they're not going to file those taxes to 2023. So we'll be a while on that stuff. I started playing around. I got to get my new tax program because I don't want to use last year's. Once they get the whole thing updated to where I can go through and do like a dummy test, I just want to show people that you don't have to have a business license to claim baseball card buys and sells, and that you could do your own Schedule C and maybe get some of the money you give back to actually pay into federal taxes back.
Dang it.
Hey, some people believe buying Zions now is a good thing. Depends on how you look at it. Do I think he's going to be an all-time great? No. Do I think he's probably going to be some all-stars in him? Probably. But my scare is knee injury in college in the last, 2 out of 3 years, roughly. Wait, no, last 2 years. Yeah, because he was a rookie the year before. He's had some kind of issue going on. So I don't know. I mean, I won't invest heavy into him. If I win him in a Raz or something, yeah, I'll take him, but I won't pay price on him. I'm just not a Panini baseball guy, Magnus. I probably wouldn't spend it myself.
Hey, Theodore, don't talk smack about Sean Kemp. That's my favorite player. Sean Kemp is my favorite basketball player.
You have to remember, though, part of Zion's issue is going to be also the team he plays for, the way they handle him, the way they use him. I think that once he gets out of his rookie contract and everything and he goes somewhere else to play, he might be better off. It depends how they use him. Again, I don't think he's going to be the face of the NBA because they portray everybody like that. I mean, look at how they were blasting Cunningham's and what's his name? Green. I think Green plays for the Rockets. Cunningham is Pistons.
Yep.
And I think Cunningham finally just put up over 20 points the other night. I mean, none of the rookies this year are really like flash heavy onto it.
Well, hell, Scotty Barnes, I think, is the only one that's really doing anything.
Yeah, his numbers are slipping now too.
Mm-hmm. That's
When you really look at it all, I think it might be a good thing for basketball because if the rookies aren't big chases, it might lower the cost of the product somewhat. I think football this year and next year is going to suffer because of the rookie class too. I was looking at their what do they call it, draft analysis on some of the guys, and I think the top quarterback they were projecting pick 9, if I recall right. It's going to depend on how the teams place, of course, in order, but they're still saying 3 or 4 quarterbacks could go first round, but there's just nothing out there. Yeah, exactly. It's all hype to put the numbers up. I don't ever buy into it. Now, I mean, if I was a team collector or, that player collector, I'm fine with it. But, if I pull something, it doesn't make sense because it's selling so high, I'll sell it. If it's something I think, might be worth holding on to, I would.
Well, like I said, like you said, there really hasn't been a really standout rookie this year. That's why I think last year's class is going to be more popular than this year's. Maxi's been doing well. LaMelo's been doing well. Edwards has been doing well. Vassell's been doing well.
They do that every year, though, with basketball. Your first couple months of the season, everybody's still hyped on last year's rookies until these rookies start doing something, then they start popping off. But I'm going to disagree, Theodore. Baseball, if you really think about it, look at the money that's involved into first Bowman cards. You can't compare them to nobody because they haven't played. You could compare them to their high school or colleges as another player, but then you could look at like Mike Trout. So, I mean, people didn't think he would do well at all. But I think either way, I mean, when you could go out there and spend $5,000 on a gold raw version of a first Bowman, or I could go out and spend $5,000 to get a nice Mickey Mantle, you can't really compare the two. No, I haven't got confirmation yet, Magnus. Mine are still in. Way Tops is going right now, Tops keeps pushing everything later and later and later. Right now, draft is coming out like 2 days before Christmas, and I want to say they're planning on Bowman's Best being 2 days before New Year's Eve, that Wednesday. So before we used to see draft the first week of December, it was like cut and dry for years, and Bowman's Best would be the middle part. It's all getting bumped more and more. Yeah, no, it's 2022. I'm tracking on it. Yeah, I think I put in for a case and a half of hobby and a case of jumbo. We'll see. I mean, if I get it all, we know it's going to be a watered down product where it's going to be heavily produced. Because realistically, I should get half a case of each.
Did they give a date for the diamond anniversary?
There's 2 dates out, but doesn't mean it's not going to change. One comes out like 2 weeks before the other. I can't remember if it's light comes out first or hobby comes out first. It's some weirdness.
Theodore, I'm still not sold on Morant. Morant's having a pretty good season, but I'm still not sold on him. Tatum, I'm sold on. I think Tatum's going to he'll have a great career. He's still young. But Morant, I don't know.
Morant's too early in the season. He's not like Luka in his second season where he's out there hitting double doubles and triple doubles every night, and it's going to keep it going, carrying on where people talk about him. Everybody thought after the first 5 games, Morant was the highest man totem pole points per game. He slipped. I think he's now like second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know, somewhere in there. I'm still favored on Durant, even though he's out, I think, tonight with a shoulder.
Hey, what's up, Troy? What's happening, man? Baseball lockout will destroy short-term investing.
That starts what, in 2 weeks?
The lockout, yeah, right before the winter meetings, I think.
I want to say it's December either 1st or 4th. They were saying.
Yeah, baseball has a lockout. Baseball's already dying already as it is. It's going to make it even worse.
Oh, I think the lockout will last a while too because everybody's getting greedy.
Yep.
I mean, there's some teams that go out there and spend the money each year, and there's some teams that collect it and pocket it too. Oh, Pittsburgh Pirates, you suck.
Well, Indians are in the same. Well, Guardians now, because now all their stuff is out for sale.
Oh, yeah, because they got the roller derby league to sign off on because they're getting a percentage of that money now.
Yeah, smart move on them. I would have changed it. I didn't want that. I want the spider still. That was horrible.
No, Michael, I'm going to put them up Thursday. I think it says noon Eastern. I just got it built on the website. And then I'll come live that night. But these packs I have to open because I can't stick boxes or hobby boxes in the envelopes, of course. So it's kind of like a live redemption, whatever you want to call it. But I have the product, unlike real redemptions where you have to wait forever. So it's probably looking right now at 15 packs. And I'll give you guys a clue. Every pack, you're at least getting no more than 2 items. And you're looking at like a minimum of $100. So you're getting your money's worth into it. So this is one of the cards here. I just picked this up. Topps Fire Ozzy Albies rookie card, RPA. The base auto non-numbered sold for 125. This is actually numbered out of 25. So no idea. I'm not going to, I wasn't trying to do the math. I just know it's way over 125 bucks for that, just based off that. This is an example of a 2-card one. Luis Robert out of, I can't read the number. I think it says 99 from Clearly Authentic. This is like a $85, $90 card. And then LaMelo's Recon rookie sells for around 35-ish, 30, 35. Soto out of 70. These were around 120-ish. Vladdy, 5 out of 5 flawless. This was around 200 the last I looked. 50 Bowman, Lou Groza, PSA 4. Last I seen one of these, they were around 140. And these are real hard to find anybody selling these anymore. Chris Bosch, Topps Chrome rookie. Oh, I know these are somewhere between 120, 150-ish. Tatum Optic rookie. I might have another card going with this. I haven't decided yet because his stuff's going up. Dwayne Wade, rookie from Upper Deck Exclusives, PSA 10. Real hard grades on these because the brown borders and trying to find this stuff nowadays. I want to say the last one of these was like around 150. Dominguez, Sterling, rookie, PSA 9. Last I looked, these were around 180, 190. Derek Carr, X-Fractor, 10 from Platinum, around 150 a card. Then, of course, there's going to be wax, depending on what it is. Could be 1 or 2 wax boxes per envelope. And there might still be a few more surprises, but that's pretty much some of the stuff I'm looking at. I couldn't really go like, having a $500 chaser because most of the time you do a $500 chaser, you're probably selling the packs at like, $100 and you might be lucky to get $70 in it type deal. Holy cow, I missed a whole lot of comments, didn't I?
How about the Lakers? They're not doing so hot. That's for damn sure.
But yeah, I'll release these at, I think it says noon onto it. You might see it on there earlier, but you won't be able to purchase them. It just I had to make sure that like I was typing in like kind of like the, I guess you say description of the rules onto it and stuff. Normally when I did these before, I would just mail them out because I didn't include wax. But I'm trying to like knock out all my end of the year stuff this month. So that way I'm not really playing around with a lot towards the end of the year because I don't know what all Topps is going to be released at the end of the year. It's just getting nutty now. Because the idea with taxes, you don't want to have a whole lot of holdover for what do they call that on the back of the form? I think it's something like excess inventory that you're carrying forward to next year, some terminology for it. And I just don't want to have, $20,000, $30,000 of carry on stuff for the following year.
No, Troy, he'll have those ready for next Thursday for Black Friday.
No, it'll be Thursday at noon. They'll be on the website. I'll do a video officially of everything Wednesday night because I want to recomp everything, make sure it's all good. And then the video will come out that night to remind everybody at noon. It'll be a link in the description too to exact product on the website. You can go in, buy them, and then the way it'll work is say like Joey buys 2, Magnus buys 2, then you buy 2. Whoever's orders in first, I'm going to take those. If Joey took 2, I'll go on a randomizer. Top 2 numbers come up in a randomizer. His packs, open them, and I'll just keep going down. I'll probably, whoever has all the orders in first, I'll probably just do all the randoms and then just write names on the envelope type deal. And then I'll just start going into the openings on them. But a little bit different, a little bit of a my way of giving back to everything. So at least you know if you spend $100, you're going to get your money's worth back. If you go sell it, you could double your money basically on some of this stuff. The wax could go anywhere from, let me think here. I want to say the lowest is like 130-ish currently a box, and the highest with a 2 were like 150, 55-ish, something like that.
Yeah, I won't be here for the Black Friday. Well, Thursday, yeah, I could be here for that. I could be here for the Black Friday stream on Thursday.
Yeah,
I'll be gone next weekend.
I still have other stuff. This is stuff left from the show, some Curry rookies, but I want to count them before I put 2 of them together, make sure it's still over 100. This was last one I could find, 120. I might put that in the Garnett Bryant. There's a Brooks Robinson, 5-star out of 10, Madrigal. But this is stuff I still have to comp. I might make some extra packs to put in there, but it's just me looking at it. I got a few things coming in the mail, and then I got to see what else is going to make it here next week before I get an official count. But right now, I think I have it at 15. It could hit as many as 20 packs total.
No, Troy, I'm not doing any items. I don't have anything that I could possibly make any packs out of. I mean, I still got stuff I could. I don't know. I'd have to like lump them together. A lot of stuff you guys have all seen.
Now I will start doing packs again if this goes well, probably maybe every other month, to where they'll be cheaper, with like a few chase hits into it. So they might be $50 to $70 a pack. You should get at least 70% back into it, but you'll have some bigger stuff into it again, since everybody liked them from way back in the day.
I mean, if I did, some of these I will lump together. Some of these are over $100. And I could do that, but
yeah, you just got to watch the base cards for the plummeting, though, Theodore, because a lot of the older stuff that people went through and pitched and didn't grade right off the bat, they're going to have lower pop counts. We were just talking, because I got 3 cards that are done express. Haven't checked the grades because I'm going to do a kind of like a live, not a live reveal, but, I'll record it and then you'll see my thing onto it. But the one card, believe it or not, it's a Sapphire. The last I looked, PSA 10 count was like 65-ish onto it. So it might be around 70, 75 now. But stuff like that there, I don't know. Depends on what they grade out at, what I'm going to do with them. But I'm predicting right now it's probably going to be the minimum 110, 2 9s. Top, I think, is going to be 2 10s, 1 9. Just because Bowman Chrome has always been horrible to me in grading. Let's see here. I'm going to try to see if I can flip this around again. I feel kind of naked without my face on camera. All right. Let me just fix this thing. Oh, what a week.
oh, hey, hi.
I did, Troy. I didn't have much in them. The one card I pulled out of a box of Bowman that I opened up and bought, I think I had like $200 in it. Raw, it was selling at $880. Another one I pulled in a Sapphire box, but that box was loaded, and I sold. And this is when the Sapphire was like $289 a box or something. So I did that one. If it tens, it's around $750. The other card I hit into, I was in somebody's thing where they had a case of Topps Chrome Jumbo, and like the top, I think it was like 8 spots got a box, and I ended up hitting it. I think it was, yeah, I hit 2 boxes in that, and it was a Gold Wave Chisholm, and the other card I hit was the Orange Wave Mountcastle. So the Orange Wave's still redemption. He's slowly starting to sign now. Once that comes in, it'll go out to be graded too, because I think the redemptions were like 1,000 or something. But yeah, I did. I ponied up and paid the 450 just because of what I knew I had in them. If they all nined, I still made a little bit of money. 110 made me money basically when I looked at it. Now, supposedly, regular is opening back up beginning in December at $100 a card, and I'll show you guys what I'm sending. It's only 4 cards, but I like to get them done. Believe it. Oh crap! I can't show you because I don't have the right camera up. Let me see if I can show you here. This Wirtz Sapphire at 10 is now worth 500. Didn't know that. More in Bellingham. This Bellingham Blue Wave. Kind of weird doing this backwards. Breeze Downtown, which I should 10, hopefully. Looks good centering front and back. And then I have a Charizard I want to send in. Look pretty good front and back. But it's about trying to get stuff graded. That way it could go out on my slabs to sell.
Well, if regular does open up at $100 a card, I got at least 4 of them over here for sure. The 2 Lamellos, the Edwards, and that Tomei.
I think you got like 3 up in my your box here too.
That are worth 100, sure. I just wonder how the return time is going to be on that. Eesh.
Probably if they go with the old standard, regular was 20 business days, so I'm guessing about a month. But I'll overnight it just to get it there quicker. Yeah, I did. I dream crushed it. The Bowman Chrome was Pomaris. It was out of 50. The only thing they would get me on, honestly, on it could have been a little bit on the surface. I didn't know how much they'd give, and the centering was not like real great in the back, but they usually allowed the more for the back. So if it nined, it nined either way. I could either try to sell it on my slabs. If not, I'll push it out on DC. If that nined, I mean, that honestly paid for my order what I have in those cards. So the Bichette Sapphire would be pure profit, and so would the Chisholm. Now, if that 10, I mean, wow, that'd be great. But I haven't looked at the grades yet. I just figured I'd do, what do they call blind reveal or something. I'm just too nervous to look at them, to be honest.
Actually, I don't have a lot left from last sale. This is all I've got left. Everybody grabbed everything when I was doing them cheap.
And then I should have another Ultra Modern popping any day now because it already went into QA2 and the list disappeared. There's nothing big in it. There's like 2, maybe 3 cards that are worthy. One's a Genesis. If that tens, it's way over $500 of Gabriel Davis. So I found a 9 sold for like 250, 260. Then I had a Cole Kmet white mosaic. The Vessel Tiger Stripe, I think will 9 though.
Well, we didn't know my Mahomes 9.
That's the only one I could find. It was just a quick look. Could be rough all around on that one. I have no idea. Because a lot of the players were all rookies, and the cards that were submitted, because they were like debuts, are not part of their rookie checklist and the sets.
Yeah, well, I know this order will be kind of lackluster, I would say.
Now, my next one, when it comes back, has a lot of better stuff into it for return-wise that I looked at. So, like I said, I'll probably keep a few cards just for shows. The rest going straight off to So, I mean, if there's somebody I know somebody's collecting out there, I'll hold it and tell you I'll put it in the store for a couple days. But a lot of it just, I mean, I wouldn't want to base Mosaic Rookie as somebody, to be honest. The pop counts are starting to get high now as it is. That's why I tried to stay away with the repack. I think, like, I mean, everybody understands the upper deck and the old Tops Chrome, like the Optic Tatums. A lot of people threw that stuff away. You would figure it'd be like a 10, 20,000 pop count, but it's not. Yeah, there's not much into it.
At $100 for regular, that pretty much makes sense.
Sure, that's what I heard. It was going to be $100.
Yeah, at $100, that seems about right.
Economy, they're talking about they're going to let regular run for about 2 or 3 months. And I believe if they were talking about the next quarter, that should open up in April. They may open economy back up, but economy, they're talking right now they're trying to push it back to 50, but it's looking like 75. And then if they do that, they're reshifting the values on the cards, and it would actually affect the other levels a little bit. It wouldn't raise price. Like, for example, they might push it. It'd be instead like at $100 for regular. I think the top it could be is like $9.99 or something. They might raise that up, and then your express won't be $24.99. It might be $29.99 now or something.
Well, if they
Let's see
do,
what happens.
if they do the which one did you say for 75? If they do that 75, they're probably going to cap that at probably like $6.99.
It's usually $4.99. But it used to be the old economy at $50 a card.
Yeah, but with it being if they jump to 75, they're gonna have to jump up the price on that too.
No, that's the idea. They're not going to jump it up. It's just so they don't get slammed at first. They're thinking an extra $25 might help people saying a lot of crap in. And then they'll start fluctuating. I mean, honestly, I don't see PSA returning completely to like real normal pricing for another year and a half, to where stuff is going to be situated. You'll start seeing quarterly specials back and all that other stuff. I do see them being caught up somewhere by probably July 1st with everything, because now we're already in February orders. They'll go through May, but you got to remember there's going to be a huge backlog from as we keep creeping forward more and more. That's why I don't think they'll be finished by the end of March. I think June comfortably. What's up, Jimmy? But yeah, as far as me with eBay, I'm done with them. I already canceled my subscription and all that. If I got eBay cards, they're going straight to DC. I don't even have time for them anymore. And I'll be honest, anybody here that hasn't used DC Sports as a consignment, they're much better in Probstein and PWCC and a lot of the other ones I've seen over time. I've known people that have used various of those, and they stick with DC. He now has a website so you can track all your stuff on it, request payout. And I can tell you if it's a working day, I mean, I put stuff in at like 7 o'clock in the morning asking for a request to my PayPal, and it's there at like 7:45, 8 o'clock. I think the longest I've waited, if you don't count overnight, might be like 3 hours for a payout. And that's really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, no, I started using them as well. But last month, I finally broke it down and started using them. I've had no problems with them. I had one payout. I built it all up, did one payout. Took about 3 hours to get the payout, but other than that, I mean, if you're gonna, I just like using them because you don't have to worry about doing the shipping. They do all the shipping for you.
Well, they're taking all the risk involved into it.
Yeah, you're gonna pay the
between lost packages and everything else.
You're gonna pay the consignment fee and the little 50 cent or 75 cent extra on top of a car, which I mean, I'd rather do that than do it myself and have to deal with returns and people not paying and yada 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 yada. So to me, I mean, it's been great working working on them. They've been great. I've had I'm not complaining about anything with them.
Mm-mm. No, I mean, I've known him when he was a breaker and stuff before, so I have no issues. I mean, literally, I mean, we had an issue with a package and it was resolved pretty quickly. So, yeah, a lot of people recommend them. I mean, they're pretty good on customer service. I mean, just like anybody, it's going to be good Simon service. You go on their eBay account, you're going to know it's good, bad, and ugly, but I can't ever say anything bad about it. To me, your real value is if you have a bunch of like $5 relics and autos and stuff, send them all in bulk. You'll wait 20 days, let them do his thing. But if you want bang for your buck, like all the back in the day before the big old dip on all the base cards and stuff, if you were sending them to them and they were selling for over $1,000, you were doing really well. And they were, like I said, they took all the risk onto the stuff. Plus, I don't have to sit there and pay for shipping and handling, buy more bubble envelopes, cut up cardboard left and right.
Yep. It's just more easy to send them a package, name, email, phone number, and what service.
Oh yeah, they do all the pictures, all that stuff. I mean,
great.
Less you got to worry about.
Yeah, they do a good job. You got all your cards in a PDF form. You can just click on that. It shows everything that they have of your stuff. Shows when they get the package, when they're going to list everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, to me, it's fantastic. I haven't had no problem with them.
And some days your stuff gets listed a day or two early too. I've had that happen with my 20-day ones, and I think I had one of my 3 days get listed in 2.
Can of mackerel, absolutely. If it's a Brady Kaboom, I'd send it to PSA. If it's going to be an 8 or a 9, I'd still send it there. You're going to get more bang for your buck within a PSA slab than anywhere else.
Yeah, I would.
Plus, with it being a Brady, yeah, I would. If it was somebody like, I don't know, Darren Waller or Josh Jacobs or something like that, I'd think differently. But with it being a Brady, that's gone.
What they're hitting the downtowns with the most is the back centerings. Oh, I can't show it. The back centering.
Let's talk about the Kaboom.
Or yeah, well, my bad, Kaboom.
Yeah.
And I would hold off if it's this year's for the fact that we all know there's that line going across the base ones. I just don't know how they're grading. See if there's any graded out there. And if you see 10s and you see the line that's going across to where they basically didn't cut the background properly and sliced apart just to add up onto it, then you're good.
Troy. Hey, if Cannon Michael thinks it's maybe an 8 or a 9, I mean, send him a picture of it and you guys work out something. I mean, being a Brady, yeah, I'd send it in, regardless if it came back an 8. I mean, at least the grade solidifies it.
I can tell you, if you can find them blaster boxes of Absolute, I want to say people are averaging 3 or 4 a freaking case. It's insane. Now, the Kaboom checklist is bigger this year, but you're getting more of them. So, I mean, I've even seen people pull gold out of the gold Kabooms out of the blasters now. It's insane. I mean, honestly, I would have bought a case if my distributor had them. They don't have any. And I'm too afraid because people now, there was an article that's been posted. I'll cover it probably in a video tomorrow or Sunday. But somebody went out there and was weighing the boxes. And they got it down to the exact nanograms to tell which box the downtown's in. And it's got spread. So anywhere I start seeing them, I will not buy them. You can find them on my slabs and everything else now. And I'm like, I want to buy them, but I'm too afraid that I'm going to be, ghosted because somebody already weighed the box out and took all the downtowns. But yeah, if I could find a solid case of those, I think they come 20 in a case. If I remember right, I would buy the case because 20 times what they selling about 50 a pop, $1,000. I mean, seriously, if you pull 2 or 3 Kabooms, you got your money back. You should at least, hopefully. I mean, just imagine you pull a Brady, a freaking Mac Jones, and like say, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers or somebody out of it. You know you made money, but they're real hard to find. But I won't buy them loose from anybody, nothing.
Yeah, you said the print line is on all the ones you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the case, then
I
hopefully,
think for some reason it's only on the bases. The golds and the green 101s are all perfect, or it's the green 101s don't have it. One of them don't have it because so we were there was a thing on a group chat I was in, they were showing it, and I was like, huh. I mean, I knew they were on the base. I figured they were on them all across it. I think their slams had something like that this year, and there was another one too. Color blast. I can't remember what it was.
well, Troy, here's the thing: if all of them have that print line, then PSA knows to kind of they know what they're in for.
They look away from it. They know there's a known defect in every card, and it will not count against you. But I will say this: I've been watching some people's Beckett returns recently. Now, granted, I don't know how much they grade or how well they look at their cards, so I'm not talking about their overall grade. But Beckett has destroyed what they're looking at on autographs now. If you have 2 breaks off the sticker, you're getting an 8. Somebody had like 4 breaks in their sticker, and I think came back a 6 or something. I've never seen a 6 auto grade before. If it's even lifted up a little bit of the pen, you're already down to a 9. So be very careful if you grade with Beckett autos. That stuff gotta look perfect. On card, no streaks. They didn't lift the pen up and create a smudge. Stickers, it's gotta be perfectly on it. And you got to look at under 10 magnifying too, to just make sure it didn't go off or even close that edge.
Sig, probably because whoever wins the auctions haven't been paying for them.
Oh, that's always going to happen. I mean, dudes are out there bumping each other's stuff. There was I got emailed something the other day. There was a group of people or somebody was sending emails out about the Brady Bowman or Bowman Chrome rookies on eBay, saying to like change everybody's prices way up high, and the ones that are on bids, let's bid them way up over to push the price up. That's just wrong. I mean, that's almost like insider trading wrong on stocks and stuff like that. And eventually, if they ever do start finding stuff like that and the government gets involved, it's all over. You can't sit there and send those type of emails out. I mean, I could see that if you had a certain group of friends and you're on a phone conversation, you're going to do it, it might not get caught as easy. But if you send everybody on eBay the same message, you're wrong. You're going to get caught up in that.
Oh yeah, see, he just said that, Sig, about that Brady rookie. See, that's the thing. Anything that has to do with Probstein or PWCC, I don't bid, I don't buy, because most of the time the prices are inflated, and I don't like it. So I'd rather just find the card I'm looking for somewhere else.
I honestly, I will only buy for my slabs or of people I know or show. It's very seldom I will buy on eBay, and it's usually due to being a PC card. And honestly, a lot of times, I'm the guy who now send a message on eBay. Hey, man, are you that dude on my slabs? And if they say yes, I'll go back and look, because usually they get a clue on it to hurry up and list it on my slabs. Because I work with them. I mean, if it's a PC card, I know they're already losing 13% to eBay. I'll offer you, 90% value if it's PC.
Oh, I do like
Heck,
how
I might offer you more because I know you got to ship it and short. I mean, it's easy to work that stuff out.
I do like how my slabs did have that email come out about the shipping.
Oh, he did all kind of updates. I knew that was coming.
No,
Yeah,
people
there's
just
all new format when you log in on the top.
people
Different.
dragging feet on shipping and not providing the tracking numbers. Yeah, he ain't gonna deal with that either.
I just noticed my collector's universe thing just popped up, and it was like the package requires a signature. Yeah, it's already at Anaheim. It'll be here Monday. And I'll tell you guys another trick too. I don't know if you guys have done it. This is like out of the card business, but like if you had any kind of COVID-19 financial hardship, and whoever you're through your home loan through, and you can prove it to them, they lowered my rate to 2.9%
On one.
because yep. All I had to do was show proof of all my PSA sitting there and what the distributors sent in letters and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, we'll lower it. I was like, awesome.
On what?
My home loan.
Really?
2.9% now lifetime. It's under some COVID thing. They sent me a thing onto it, and I was like, I'm good. I don't know. And then they talked to me about it, and I was like, huh. And I said, well, this is what went on with the card industry. So basically, I have X amount of dollars out at PSA during this whole time frame. They stopped, shut down, all this stuff that drug out, card prices dipped. I'm losing money onto it. So I did this big old letter up onto it, showed them all this stuff. Like this is no joke. Probably my presentation to them was over 30 pages long with different price points of what if I would have got it back this time, it was sold for this. Now it's worth this. And yeah, they said that's considered a hardship because of COVID with what happened. And I'm like, are you serious? I was like, all right.
Yeah, I had mine already locked in at 2.75 when I bought my house in 2012 when the housing market took a big crash.
Oh yeah.
That's when
I got mine at 3.9. Yeah, 3.9 because I lost a whole percentage. And I mean, I had to fight because like my regular credit reports showed me above the 680, but when I did the other way, I was at 675. So they had me like actually charge stuff on 3 of my cards, wait for it to cycle. And then it was weird. I charged stuff. If my credit score went up over 700 for them, I hurried up, paid it off because it was only like $50, like tank of gas here, a few groceries here, whatever. But I like whatever.
Yeah, Sig, that's why I don't like to deal with that. I mean, you bought that off Probstein and they're just giving you the runaround, not giving a crap. That's not good. That's not I
Ooh.
yeah.
How long after did you find out it was fake? I just noticed you said you bought in 2019.
Mhm. The Panini redemption card program and stuff like that with Panini, it just seems like they're dragging their feet on everything. I mean, it's
Oh
at
yeah,
the
yeah. They'll drag that out forever now.
they're gonna drag that out until they're out of business anyway. So it really doesn't matter. They don't care. 7 months until you found out it was fake. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're gonna fight that and say you had it way too long.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. And I
Well,
think if you paid PayPal, you had 180 days, and in fact, I think eBay was 90.
well, how did you pay? Did you pay with PayPal? Well,
Well,
no.
it's way too old now.
Even with PayPal, that's still too. But even with PayPal, I think theirs is 6 months. You have a 6 month window.
Man, $4,700 taxes and shipping. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm guessing it didn't have the BGS thing at the bottom, the PAT number.
Only thing I can say is maybe crack the card out and send it back in.
Don't know. The card could be fake.
Yeah, it could be fake, but I mean, if the card's not fake, worst case scenario, you crack it out, maybe send it to PSA or back to Beckett. Tell them the story. Maybe they may give you a discount to the point because you bought it.
Beckett won't because it wasn't in one of their slabs. It's a counterfeit slab. Now, if the card was graded by Beckett and it's found to be like trimmed or altered, you might have to. I don't know what Beckett's guarantee is. See, like with PSA, it's written right there on their website. Steelers quarterback next year. Oh, hmm.
Steelers quarterback next year, I'm calling it Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think they'll run Mason Rudolph if they don't find a way to bring Ben back for some ungodknown reason. But I think they let Mason take a full year. They take the low draft pick for 2024, and hopefully there's a quarterback out there for him. I don't know if we were live when I was talking about this, but the draft class for next football season, I think the first quarterback being projected taken is 9, but they don't have the teams, of course, or order, but they were just ranking the players, which is not good for a quarterback.
Troy.
Well, at least it's not going to be like Trevor Lawrence or Tim Tebow or somebody like that out there.
Hey,
I'll
hey,
take Rosen.
hey. I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence than Matt Ryan right now. Jeez, that poor guy. Actually, I have 4 of them, and the fake card looks like a 10. The slab is fake. Well, if you think the card is legit and you think the card is a 10, I would crack the card out and send it in to PSA. And if you're looking to get your money back, try and recoup some money back. I know you're not going to get the full 4,700 because that you were thinking it was a BGS pristine 10, but I mean, if you know the card's good, crack it out and send it to PSA, and then try and move it and get half of your money, maybe 3/4 of it back.
Oh, you're talking about this year's draft, Theodore, the Panthers quarterback. He's all right. I mean, I honestly think they're going to run Mason Rudolph, or they'll just it can be Haskins. They might find some rehab project to bring in for a year, but I think that ultimate plan is going to be take Mason, let him run a year. If they ruin it, whatever, and then they just get a high pick. My big thing right now with Pittsburgh has been the Penguins because Lemieux's selling the company, or selling the Penguins. He's still going to be a minority holder, but it's to that group that owns Fenway with LeBron James, and then I think another group that owns something over in England in soccer. I can't remember what team, but I'm not a fan of LeBron James. Never have been, just for the way he acted personally. But that's just a down point. I don't know. I if they pick him up in the draft because he goes mid round, that's where they're at. That's good, but I don't know. I don't think they'd bring in Jimmy G. Honestly, uh, if I had to really pick somebody for them to bring in,
See, Theodore,
that's hard.
I think you're wrong. I don't think Seager goes to the Yankees. They still got Glaber Torres there. I see Seager going to the Angels. My opinion. Carlos Correa to Detroit. Um, that's a tough one for Correa. But I can see Corey Seager going to the Angels. It just got Syndergaard.
Oh, I don't know what they do with Dobbs. Last I know, he was on the team for preseason. They cut him. He might be just hanging around on practice squad or something. I'm not sure. I don't know how far they can go back, Jody, with mail fraud, though. That's like 2 years plus right there. I don't know if Todd's still in there. He might know offhand.
Yeah, Todd would be the one to know.
Oh, there's a couple other people, too. If I see their names pop in here, they might know offhand more.
Hey, Theodore, are you the one who is in Vegas?
Yeah, that's him.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. He works at one of the casinos. I believe he's a dice person, dice table guy.
I like Soto. Soto's a good pickup for long term. I agree with that. So I myself think Soto should have won maybe MVP over Harper, but Soto is solid. He's still really young, so I think he's really good.
Oh, Theodore, they'll probably trade him for the Pirates for their whole farm system. That's what we're notorious for, making Yankees deals for their players like that.
Here's the thing: I don't think the Yankees have much trade bait. They got a couple.
Well, they can trade Torres to the Pirates and pick up a whole crap load in their farm system
Well,
like they
no,
did.
Theodore was saying they're going to trade Torres because he's usually their shortstop, but he's brutal. I don't think. No, the A's won't take Torres for Matt Olson. Craps dealer, where are your craps dealer at, Theodore? Or would you rather keep that anonymous?
Todd, the question is, how long do you have from the time you suspect mail fraud to report it and still have it as a case? Somebody basically got a fake BGS slab in the mail. I think it was like 2 years, a few months ago. Can they still file that or not? Oh, I think a national will be in Vegas probably within the next decade.
Low key? Okay, Theodore. I'm going to be there next weekend. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, I can see the National ever being in Vegas. Yeah, I can see it being in Vegas.
Absolutely. I mean, it's in Atlantic City already, but once they push this next Atlantic City, I don't think they'll go back. It's always been a bad show.
They need to have one in Vegas, or they need to have one in like Anaheim or in San Francisco, somewhere like that. Somewhere for West Coast to actually have one. I think every year they should alternate it, like West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, instead of always having it on the East Coast. They did have it at Anaheim one time, I believe.
Well, they used to have back in the year the National, then you had the Expos, and the Expos each quarter used to rotate around.
You don't know how long, Todd? I don't know. I can see Vegas getting the National. That'd be nice if they did.
It's all going to be about the money revenue that they get in off of it. So Vegas would push a lot of money in. Yep. The other thing is you have a major hub there to where everybody could fly in at. You have the hotel space. But here's the catch. If you do it in Vegas, the summertime is super busy there already to begin with. And that's what they got to try to play with. When you start looking at like Chicago and Cleveland, Atlantic City, I think they even had like in Miami and Atlanta way back in the day. When they did those, especially I think the Miami one, they learned it was a hard time because that's tourist time there. Chicago really doesn't have tourist time per se for the summer, like any other hot spot. So I think if they would do the National in Vegas, they would have to push it later to be like a September show.
See, if you did it in Vegas, you can always move around the whole sales tax thing, which would probably help a little bit. You have it at Anaheim. There is more to do in Anaheim than just the card. You got Disneyland, you got Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios, you got other attractions going on. You got the Angels, the Dodgers. If it's during the summertime, you got that going on. So, LA, Anaheim, that's a major hub. LAX is a major hub. You got tons of rooms there. Hell, even if they did in San Diego, that's still a good possibility.
Well, see, Cleveland's not really considered a major hub up there, but for the price they get the venue for, and then you have the sports teams around it. See, Vegas has the sports teams now, at least somewhat, 2 out of 4. But with Cleveland, though, you're also a short drive from everything. You could drive from Pittsburgh, you could drive from Michigan, Kentucky, all these other places. When you start going out in the West Coast, like Denver, to whatever the next biggest city is, like Kansas City. That's a good chunk drive. It really is. So that comes the other part to it. That's why I say I think Vegas is prime for it because one, it's gambling, but they could host something that big. But you have to also they were gonna have to play with UFC fights out there and everything else that's going on with those hotel bookings. LA, same thing. I mean, it's going to depend what's going on during the summer out there. It's a tourist attraction.
I'd do San Diego. San Diego actually would make a lot of sense.
Oh, 5 years limitation. Okay.
Hell, even if you did it in San Francisco, you could do one in San Francisco.
Huh. Every time I went out there in the summer, that place was packed. I know from like spring break to the end of summer, like when I was out there, this was years ago, it was just busy. I always would go out then afterwards, like anywhere from October through like end of February.
Well, it all depends. It all depends on where you're at. Gotcha. Yeah, no, Theodore, I'll be there next weekend, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know if are going to be working or not, but I'm not staying on the strip. I'm staying on a place off the strip.
You see me lose out my Mac Jones auto the other day?
You lost on a Mac Jones auto? Mm,
Mac Jones and Najee Harris. Serial number was 5.
ooh.
Somebody had the Steelers. I had the serial number 5. Lost out.
Oh,
Yeah. Dual auto out of flawless.
damn.
I was only in it for like 100 and some bucks with my 2 spots, but man, I was like, fudge. I thought I had it too. I really did.
Yeah, Troy, they're not gonna have the national during Christmas time. That's too much of a penny pinching. Everyone's crunching at that time. They need to make the national like around March or April when everybody gets their tax returns back. that's when you that's when you can actually use the money.
See what a national was years ago, the idea was for people to use it the time frame as part of their vacation, like coming to visit it. So when they were doing it years ago, you could bring like a lot of people were like taking their families up to it that I know, and they
Yeah.
would go to the national for a day or two, and then they would have all kind of other things they did in the area. But I don't know anymore. It's all been changed since the idea originally.
I'm staying at the second one you said, Theodore. Um, I think March or April would be a good time actually if people get their tax return, but that's when a lot of people are on spring break too.
Yep.
March and April would be. I think that'd be a good time to have the national because if you had it in LA, you can go to the convention for 2 days and then go to Disneyland for a day, or go to Knott's Berry Farm, or go to Universal Studios. Maybe hit an Angels game during the day or night, hit a Dodgers game. You know, there's all kinds of stuff to do in LA. You go down Hollywood, go down Melrose Avenue, go down all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do in LA. Vegas would be the same way. Dad can go to the card show. Mom and the kids can go to Circus Circus, or they can go to Treasure Island or something.
Or you just don't bring your kids and your wife goes shopping and gambling.
Well, that's true.
Kids stay with grandma and grandpa. There you go. You still got school during this time frame. See, that's the other issue. It's during the summer is because of school too.
Well, during the
Because they
summer,
do draw a huge young crowd and you got to think how many parents bring their kids into it. There's a lot that went into play for when they designed that, to be honest.
I think actually Anaheim would be good. They got the big convention center there. They could host it there. Because LAX to Anaheim, you're looking about a 2-hour drive with traffic. People from San Diego would come down. People from San Francisco, Vegas, all that. People would be flying in. I think Anaheim would be a good spot. Plus, the weather will always be good.
I don't know. I'm not in control of it. It'd be nice to have different things floating around, but like I said, years ago, you're talking 15, 20 years ago, probably the expos used to float because they would have a couple in Canada. Then you'd see them float down like it'd be like the Toronto fall one. Montreal would have like spring. There'd be a summer one like in Michigan. I think like the winter might have been in Chicago. They just rotate them around. It was a great idea to keep it all centrally up there. I mean, a lot of people liked it because of the hockey stuff.
Truly. 400 for a LaMelo rookie, or waste 400 on the craps table. Yeah, either way, it's a big gamble.
Well, you could gamble it, then you could always hopefully hit on to the craps table and you can go buy yourself a LaMelo auto.
Yep. Hey, Surfer.
No kidding, Jacob. Send me a pic.
I'm glad he's got your phone number, not mine.
Oh, he won't send to my phone. He'll send it on Facebook Messenger. Make sure I'm on Facebook turned off my computer.
Caveman? Nah, I'm more of a Cleopatra, Theodore. I'm waiting for your phone to go ding.
No. Oh, you okay? Yep, you got the message for his too. Yeah, send it to us both.
You peckerhead.
Hey, can you do like a picture like you did with all the Trey Youngs? And then you on the bed positioned that way? That'd be lovely. But don't put Trey Youngs out this time. You got to do something above and beyond.
But you got to put the ashtray on your chest. I got to have the ashtray and your pack of smokes there.
He doesn't smoke inside his house.
Oh, I'll take it out.
So I don't think there's an ashtray.
Hey, that double bonus video poker. I agree, Theodore. Sometimes you hit pretty damn good on that crap. That's weird. It's funny. Butt ass naked. Right. Oh, that's why I'm vaping side. Cigarette smoke is so much more worse than this. Oh.
Yeah, as long as I've known him, he's always gone outside.
I quit smoking about 4 years ago. Trust me, I never smoked in my house, but this, oh hell no, I'm smoking this in my house because it don't stink.
Heck, when he used to cast, he would go outside like 4 or 5 times during a cast.
Then why don't you just stand in front of the freaking sliding glass window or something and just smoke right there and blow it out the window?
I don't have any of those out. If I had any Kobe White 10s, they're already on my way to DC, especially base stuff.
Oh, not me. I got stuff coming from PSA for. So
I mean, when I get it, it'll go straight there. Yeah, it's not even worth selling.
I probably have some of those $5. Oh, I know. I know the next couple of subs I got with PSA is a total shit show. Oh, it's a shit show.
I don't know. I mean, if some of my moderns end up 10 in them Jordans, I'll be happy. But I was looking through them. There's not much I'll keep. I mean, there's like a Julio Rodriguez Sapphire Orange. I'll probably keep if it tens and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff gone.
Oh no, when I get them back, I'm gonna look at them and go, what the hell? Uh,
Oh, what I've been getting a kick out of Theodore, these guys, they've been like having 100 card submissions back. And a lot of people that I know are having like 80, 90% gem rates, and they're like at like 40 and 50. And I'm like, you didn't look cards over, at least wipe them down. There's no way. No way. And they're like, oh, I had a bad grader. I had another bad grader. And I'm like, no. You saw the money being made and just opened stuff up and threw them all in straight sleeves and got them graded. Yeah, I seen a lot of people disappointed in their PSA grades, though. I can say honestly, I've been happy with mine. I mean,
that just means those tens are gonna catch a premium. That's for sure.
oh, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be up there. But what I
Mm-hmm.
think, when we saw at the beginning of the surge, you saw a lot of like cards that, like, oh, wow, it's huge. You're never going to see that card again for one of two reasons. One, it's sitting in a vault somewhere at like PWCC, or two, it's been turned into an NFT to
Yep.
where you own a percentage of the card.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be huge price drops. If you're not like one of the first people to get it in and returned within that week or two of the first guy getting it back, you'll lose a lot. And the thing is, you got all the people that return on eBay within 30 days. Even if you say you don't take returns, they'll force you to. That's why your best bet's put on my slabs. Hurry up, list it for a little bit lower, sell it.
Oh, if it doesn't go on my slab, it goes to DC.
Yeah, I've been getting a few people's stuff. I watched a couple of Beckett ones come back. I was like, wow, those are horrible, horrible. I mean, seeing all these like Luca first year Prism base rookies coming back as sevens, and I'm like, why'd you even grade it? Why? If you're paying for a service for somebody to look your cards over, I don't know if they had people pay them look them over or not. Don't get me wrong, but I would be like, I'm never using you again. Or three, I'm lying with it. Uh-huh.
Gavin Lux just had all the hype being the Dodgers. I don't get Gavin Lux neither, but I know he's got all the hype with the Dodgers.
There's a lot of people with hype. Wit. Everybody's wanting Wit right now. People forgot about Dominguez. His stuff's slowly dipping, so it's more reasonably priced right now to pick up if you want to really prospect and hope he becomes some stud out there. But look at Rushman. Who else is people after? I'm trying to think of some of the names.
One guy I like is Riley Green.
Oh, that's all I've been holding, like you, Jacob. Stuff it's you're not going to see a lot of. But if you look a lot of that stuff, I was looking at what's that one collectible or something like that, some of their NFTs and stuff. You'll never see those cards again because I think you have to have like a 60% rate of everybody saying to sell it now. And even when they probably bought into that stuff, it was probably high. A lot of people aren't going to sell and take a loss. So a lot of stuff you might not ever see again. Oh, he wasn't. I didn't really follow him much.
Well,
Jacob talked me into somebody else that I bought into.
well, Dominguez hasn't even passed low A. I think he's in low A, or he hasn't even gotten past low A yet. So we don't even know.
I use PSA the most. If it's a thick card, And it's expensive right now. I'd probably send it to Beckett just because trying the odds of getting a not a Min Gem 9.5 are better than hopefully to get a PSA 8 because of something.
Yeah, Torkelson had a nice year. Riley Green had a nice year. Um, I've been on the Julio Rodriguez bandwagon for a while. I know how that kid's going to turn out. I think he's going to be very good.
I heard Russell Wilson wants to become a Jet.
I hope not.
Comment will be coming anytime now. Yeah, it should be. Oh yeah, it's hard. I mean, would I grade a gold wave? Yeah. At the right price for the grade, I would. But would I sit there and grade a bunch of base and raw now? Not really. I mean, if you went out there and you bought some older wax, I mean, you pulled some base like LeBron, Kobe's, or Jordans and stuff, and they move it down to $15-20 a card, a nine's going to get you like 80-90 bucks. Might as well try. But that's going to be a long time away. No, I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't either. I used to watch him, but I don't watch him no more. He's working at Burbank now. You didn't know that?
Yeah, Joey's trying to set an appointment up and to go work a deal with Burbank, but he wants Sasha T to be his go-to guy there.
Actually, no. That's actually probably the reason why I won't go there now. I'm like, no, I probably won't go there now. I'm not going to go endorse or go work with someone that I don't.
I don't even know if he's done any new videos recently for the last month.
I don't think he has. I don't like his tactics, so I'm not going to be dealing with it.
Did you see the new movie that came on HBO Max today about the Williams sisters?
Oh no, I haven't got to see that yet.
Actually, it was a pretty good movie with Will Smith in it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it'll do for tennis card values or none, but it was really interesting to watch because at the end they were showing the real footage and stuff. It kind of a pretty good movie. I mean, I'm not a tennis person by far, but it was pretty well done actually. They got that other one coming out here shortly called 8-bit with the old Nintendo. Everybody running the stores. And they say somewhere on there, like some grandma gets punched in the face for a Nintendo or something. I'll watch that one.
I'll watch just for that. Yeah, no, I want to see that movie. I was kind of curious on it, so
Yeah, it's on there right now. I watched it earlier today. And I was like, do I really want to watch it? Because I ended up watching I think it was on Netflix. The Rock did another movie. I forget what it was.
The red band or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It honestly, it was probably one of his better movies recently, but it just wasn't. I mean, it had some twist to it. I ain't gonna lie, but it just wasn't that great. At least he didn't like start saying he was gonna lay the smack it down on somebody into it or do the eyebrow raise in the movie. Thankfully, I'm kind of curious when they're gonna do the second half of that He-Man thing, that new cartoon series.
I don't know if they're going to now, since a lot of people gave it a lot of shit. Ben Simmons will get traded before the All Star break. I think he gets traded. Yeah, I mean, he ain't gonna want to be there.
Oh, look at Kyrie Irving. What are they gonna do with him? I mean, honestly, they need to look to try to trade him somewhere that doesn't require you to have a vaccine.
Red knows this. That's right. That's right. My wife saw that movie. I haven't got to see it yet.
Rock is like Jeff Wilson. He's everywhere. Oh gosh. I just saw a video. Somebody sent me a Jeff Wilson, and it was something with trades he was doing, and I was just like, wow. I'm like,
It's
people like literally just trade him to be plugged on his TV for a lower value or something. They're
if
like, okay, I'll do it for this price, but you got to plug me on your video. And I'm like, what?
you start spending freaking card supply, sorry, I already beat you to it. I've been buying top loaders like crazy. I think I got about 4,000 top loaders now.
Jacob's going to start making top loaders.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know. I just want to see if he types something again in the chat. I don't know. Just
That was a friend. Like,
great day. Well, he already has a meth lab, he said, and he's doing, well, I guess you could say, what's that thing called? OnlyFans?
Oh, nice. Nice.
But OnlyFans is now no longer allowed to have nudies coming up. I don't know what the date was. There was a big article on it on Yahoo.
It's all right. He just got
Because all these people were posting their nudies, the celebs making all this money.
all right. He just got to put a leaf down there. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't call these top loaders anymore. I just call these card condoms.
I still got 2 cases plus of those things.
Well, I just bought me another case. It just came in today, so I got now at least 3,000.
I think as my next order of BCW, I have it all scattered with sizes. I was like, if I get in everything I ordered there, minus having to buy some one touches here and there, I think when I finally use up all these top loaders is when I'm done. Because they just keep raising the prices on top. I get an email every probably other week between either a distributor telling me prices are raised, BCW, the heck's some other one, Ultra Pro or whatever. I mean, honestly, if I'd had the money and sold outright to begin with, I'd have been my own dang plastic company making them here in the United States. I've never watched either of them. I don't know much about either of those guys. I have not, Ray.
No,
I stopped selling on eBay, so I'm not too sure offhand.
yeah, I stopped selling on eBay probably about 6, 7 months ago because I get tired of just the returns of people and anything that has to do with the interest on there, tax me, even though I'm paying California tax on top of it. I just couldn't do it no more.
Well, I didn't like it because when they went to manage payments, they want your bank account. So here's my catch. So say somebody returns a card to you, all right, and just say they swap it out or claim some kind of crap damage to it, whatever it may be. eBay's going to side with them. They're going to flag your account minus X amount of money. After so many days, they're going to try to take it from your bank account. I'm like, no, That's one of the reasons I've seen a lot of red flags come up, and I just stopped with them.
Well, just like that when I sold that Mike Trout rookie, sold it, no problem. It was the best offer. I accepted it. He paid, and then a month later, my account gets froze because he's disputing it, saying that he don't recognize the purchase. So my account, my eBay, got basically froze for a complete month until they did their investigation. Which I'm like, okay, he has the card. It showed it was delivered. Here's the tracking number. They had to get a hold of his bank, get a hold of everything. I ended up winning, but after that, I was like, no, I'm done. I was done after that because you're disputing something that you know you paid for. We went back and forth on a price. So
Yeah, that's the reason why I just stopped with them. I mean, now you got to remember, any platform starting 2021 that you're $600 or more selling on, you're getting a 1099. So realistically, you got to file a Schedule C with that. It's what they're trying to force you to do. But what a lot of people don't realize, with a Schedule C, you could deduct mileage that you're driving to the post office, to your Walmart, Target to buy cards, whatever it may be, to depends on how much you use your internet for it. You can do that, your cell phone. There's all kind of stuff you could do onto it. It'll help you, but you got to find the right people that do the taxes that way, that aren't going to charge you $500 to do that tax for you, where you're losing more money on it.
Raw cards, Theodore. Usually, I'm sending down mine to DC, but there got to be at least a top rookie, a numbered card, an auto, or something like that to send them. My
Yeah.
Go ahead. My raw cards, like base cards. I got an abundance of that stuff that's just here. But as for numbered cards, and I'm not going to get graded, autos I'm not going to get graded, or top rookies I'm not going to get graded. I'm just going to put them in there. I send them to them. I do send slabs, ones that I've tried selling on when I go live and do my auctions with Jason or by myself. If it hasn't sold on the wall, I'll send it to them.
Ray, probably beginning of January, once the my tax software gets like everything put into it. Probably I'd say probably by the middle of January. What I'm going to do is make a dummy thing up onto it, just to show people that if you file it as a Schedule C, you can actually probably help yourself, because a lot of us spend more money into cards than what we sell, and we have an equity and all that for the year carryover. And by doing that, if say the max, say you make 40, or we'll go 50,000 a year, roughly you should be in like a 15% tax bracket. So I mean, just say you dump, I don't know, say $6,000. They say you owe federal every year after your exemptions and all that stuff floats through. Your idea is, when you do your Schedule C with baseball cards, if you take a loss, it comes off of your uh, AGR, your adjusted gross income, and then you have to pay less taxes on that AGR, so you're getting some of that money back from your what you paid in the federal taxes. And with sports cards, buying boxes, and say you buy your box for $1,000 and you only could sell $300 in cards, it's $700 loss. But they're now wanting you, because every time you sell something big, they want you to record it, or anything at all. So what I slowly did over the last like 3 years, because a lot of my cards were listed under extreme card breaks. Okay. What I've been doing is paying myself. And I literally do this with my other email account. I will bill myself an invoice off of PayPal, and I've been buying my stuff off of it. All my stuff before extreme card breaks is not registered under them. It's underneath me as my personal collection. But say like I get was on like I went on eBay, or say I paid Jacob for something, I used PayPal. Well, they're recording that transaction. So what I had to do then was bill myself from another account to pay the money back to it. And then that card went to my personal thing onto it. Now, I won't sell that card, but eventually down the road, if I would have to, then I'd have to rework the way I do it. The idea was I didn't want to carry that inventory over every year, because when you do that, it kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of hard with your numbers at the end of the year with your carry forward on inventory.
Theodore, there is a site that you can send in cards to sell when you have them in bulk like that. If you have 400 sports lots, I never use them. I know a bunch of people who buy from them if they're going to buy 10 of a certain card or something like that. There is somewhere that you can post those.
My buddy down the road started in sports lots when it first started,
Yeah.
and he was like buying huge lots of stuff. Like, you go in his basement, it's all these rolling like shelf things. They're all metal. And he always takes all my stuff from me, like 30, $40 a box, and stuff's more expensive now. but he does that onto it to where he has some program like some fast scan thing and hurries up and puts them all into there for him. But he makes a good chunk. I think he's like number 3 or 4. He was not on there with all that stuff. Oh, appreciate it, Theodore. But yeah, he made a lot of money off of that. But I know with sports lots, he told me you only get paid once per month on it.
Yeah, I know sports lots. That's where a lot of people send their common stuff, like common cards. Like I have 189 Don Russ Bo Jacks. I'm gonna send them there, but you charge like 5 cents a piece or whatever you charge, and then you buy them in a bulk. So that's one way to do it. I would try maybe. Um, Ray, my best advice to you: stop selling on eBay.
Well, Ray, don't forget, you still get to claim when you get to 1099 the eBay fees, the shipping, and all that other stuff too. I'll do a live when I do this for the tax thing in case anybody wants to watch it and stuff. And I'll try to do it like on a Saturday or something, like early evening type deal. So if people have questions, but I already have everything pre-filled out just to give an example onto it. And what I'll do is just use somebody like a base salary to show what somebody's getting back. And then I already have all the items put in for a Schedule C. And you don't need EIN. You can do your Schedule C based off your social. And that's where you could put in that 1099 and stuff like that into it. And then you can do all your what they call write-offs and stuff onto it. And maybe it'll help some people out in doing their taxes, at least knowing if you go somewhere and they're like, oh, you can't do that. No, it's a lie. You can do it. I got trained years ago by the IRS to do taxes for the military. And I learned before that, but I learned a lot more stuff when they came in and trained us because uh, it's just how somebody interprets the law, but they were the law. So kind of crazy. Plus, I got to do all these crazy seminars each year to keep up.
Well, Grunt Dad, your local charity and stuff like that. I have about, I'm looking at them right now, 30 medium flat rate boxes full of commons and stuff like that. Um, I think the next show that I set up at, I'm just going to take them, and then whenever kids come up to the table or stuff like that, I'm just going to give them a box. I have no use for them, but you know what? It leaves a lasting impression on that kid. It gets them involved in the hobby. The parents will be happy with that. It's just one of those things that, I have no use for them, but what I don't have use for, this kid's going to think the world of them. Rather be, I got baseball and football ones I've already made. So,
Granddad, the catch with that is if you're going to claim it as a charity donation on a Schedule A, you're going to have to break the threshold that was reset up into it. And even if you're a homeowner and you're adding in all that stuff onto it, that's a lot you have to claim. Now, if you do it through a Schedule C as part of a business and do it as like claim it as giveaways and stuff like that, yeah, you can help yourself. But the most you'll ever get back is going to be whatever you paid in federal taxes that year. It doesn't let you go into like the negative. It might let you get some earned income credit, but I would never try to tell somebody to shoot for that because you got to really sit there and think, okay, 5 cents a card. I gave 5,000 cards away, and this is about the price onto it.
I'd rather just give it to a kid and brighten a kid's day.
I mean, with the way the things boomed last year, you had to write off everything you humanly could. Yeah, but the thing is, though, everybody wants to grade stuff. There's just too many companies out there now grading every which way, and everybody points fingers at everybody else. I just go with what I like.
I know what Jeff Wilson looks like, and I'm not giving his kid no cards. If it's Jeff Wilson, I'll be like, no, you can buy them. I'm not giving them to him.
Oh, he'll pull out his little phone and be like, hey, this goes for this on Market Movers. And this is the thing. Market Movers doesn't take all, he only uses like eBay and a few other things. Just like when you start looking at 130 point, well, 130 point now, the new 130 point incorporates my slabs and he's getting other stuff onto it. Until somebody comes out there and incorporates something with like eBay, my slabs, ComC, and all the auction houses and some of the other things that's out there. I mean, you're never going to really get Facebook and Instagram sales. Incorporates it all. I laugh now when people come up like, well, this is the last eBay. I'm like, I see it sell for other places at this point. I mean, eBay is not the end all like it was 2-3 years ago. There's many other platforms that are selling, such as ComC, the auction houses, depending on how high priced it is. My slabs, I mean, there's Slab Hut and all this other stuff now.
Our stock, all those places. I mean,
to do bulk, you had to be a member to begin with, along with quarterly specials. I think what they'll end up doing is making their own in-house for the group submitters and just tell them it's going to be a long time if you guys submit all this stuff this way or cap them. I think the memberships may increase a tad, not much. But I mean, when you were buying your membership before at gold or platinum level, you were getting enough in what do they call those dang things? It was like you grade X amount of cards at the economy level for free. It basically would equal out to what you were paying for your membership. If they don't do that and they just keep the prices the same, they'll make money.
You mean the vouchers?
Yeah, if they get rid of the vouchers, then they still make all that money because before the vouchers added up to what you were paying for your membership.
Yeah.
Because I think I used to get like, oh man, was it like, I think I got 10 vouchers for the platinum level or diamond, whatever the heck I have.
No, you got 15 for the platinum and you got 10 for the gold.
Oh, whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, you got your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
Because back then, the economy was 25, 20 a card, maybe 20. Yeah, it was 20 a card. Yeah. Yeah, because 15 times 20 was 300. That's what you paid for your level. And I used to get mine at a discount renewal at 259, I think. Yeah, well, everybody does because they all want to become popular on this video and they think they're going to gain thousands of subscribers off of it. The thing with YouTube is you got to put a lot of work into it. And anybody that's starting off, I mean, that's the thing. You got to put a lot of work into it with your videos and your content. It's not a fly by night thing that a lot of people see. A lot of people, I'm not going to lie, I mean, they bought their subscribers to start off with. And that's how they beat the threshold. They bought views and I don't know what else you could buy. Maybe bought likes and shares and I don't know, whatever else there is on these things. But a lot of people did that to get their stuff up there real high.
Posey a Hall of Famer? I think he is actually. Just because the position is so thin, I think he will.
Oh, phone went off. No, I never got one from him.
No. That's the wife, so I encourage those, and I'm not showing it. But no, I think Posey is a Hall of Famer just because, I mean, that position is so thin right now when it comes to Hall of Famers. I think Joe Mauer and Molina will probably be the next two besides Posey. Other than that, I haven't seen any other one. So, I mean, yeah, I can't think of another one. But yeah, I think he gets him because 3 championships. I think he gets him. But I think it's more the technicality of the position being so thin. Not Salvador Perez, yeah. Him and Real Muto, I think, are probably the best two catchers in baseball right now. Real Muto's up there too, but they still got a ways to go. McCutcheon back to Pittsburgh.
No idea. Probably take them cheap. They like having people come back as projects.
We were talking about you'll get McCutcheon and Josh Bell back.
Probably will. They'll take them. They'll either overpay them or they'll take them back cheap. One or two.
Now you guys got a lot of kids in your farm you need to bring up.
It'll be a while. They've been bringing them up gradually. I mean, you had Hayes this year come up. I'm guessing Gonzalez will be up within 2 years. That catcher will probably be up next year just because they'll want to burn them out, probably. If not late next year, the following year.
What is both of your earliest baseball card graded or not? Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
33? No, I have tobacco cards graded. So, yeah, I have a good bit.
I think 48 for me. 48 Bowman.
I don't know if it's going to be really bad for the hobby, Theodore. Baseball is really a fly by night one when you start looking at it. If you want to talk about it as a market, it's a harder market because it's a longer season. You got 150 plus games per year and all that. It's not like football where it's weekly. Basketball, has half that amount of games in hockey. I think it'll be semi bad for them because I don't know where everything will pull into play at. Because if you have a lockout, your winter meetings are pretty much a bust. If you look into it, won't be spring training where everybody starts buying about 2 weeks before and all through spring training. Your free agency, I don't know how that'll end up working, to be honest, in the lockout. But I mean, if it goes past the draft, I don't know if they'll hold a draft. That'll be a hard one.
It would
I
be
mean, I'm just remembering when hockey did their one, it was over a year long. I don't know. A lot of people don't remember the hockey one. Because soon as they fixed that whole thing, it was like almost a full season or plus, I think it went out. But I remember Pittsburgh went out there and made like the biggest splash, bringing in like Gonchar and John LeClaire and all these people. But I don't know. I think the lockout needs to happen to a point. My point is there's a lot of small market teams that aren't spending what they should on players per year, and they're taking all that extra money. And I'm a big Pirates fan, grew up there, but they do it big time. Nutting is one of the biggest ones when they had payrolls of like high 20s, early 30s, and they were looking what the league was giving them and all this other kickback. They were making tens of millions in profit each year extra they could have used on players, and they don't. I think there needs to be something to where the minimum salary cap, regardless of the market you're at, is pushed up.
Well, I think they need to cut spring training in half. Only make spring training 2 weeks. A month is too long. They need to change the season from 162 down to 142 games. That's too many games. And keep the playoff format the same. You have less of a spring training. I mean, honestly, spring training is for the guys who are on the 40-man roster who are trying to make the bubble. That's all it is. I've gone to spring training a million times. I go to an Angels game, you'll see Mike Trout come up there, do one at bat, and he's gone for the day. Why? Why even have it? Yes, you're going there for conditioning, but if you're not if you're not ready within 2 weeks to play baseball, then to me, honestly, spring training's too long. The season's too long. Cut the season to 142. Cut spring training in half. It'll be a lot better, I think. But you keep doing that, then you're taking away money from Arizona and Florida. You're taking money away because less games, blah, 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 blah. But 90% of these teams make more money off their TV revenue than mostly anything. I know the Angels, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, all these teams got their television deals and they make a killing off of it. So,
George, I agree with the vintage cards and also Hall of Famers and guys they're towards the end of their career. Here's the catch though with vintage. A lot of vintage shot up way quick high in price, okay? Mostly due to the fact these dudes were buying like the rare vintage 8s, 9s, and 10s. So it pushed a lot of the other values up. And if you look, some of that stuff's dipped down some. So I think still vintage is good to get into. I think most of it's pretty much settled with certain players to where you could get back into it. And, you'll see that gradual increase every year into it. Because when you really play back vintage we'll go with like 75 and back. From like the late 90s on, you'll notice there's always been a slow increase every year. And that was the thing a lot of people banked on back in the day was that vintage, that was what they were calling their IRA and all this other retirement funds because they were Perts and Mantles, Mays and Hank Aaron's and stuff. And they weren't graded back then, really. I mean, then people started grading them and they were holding them because they knew it was a slow incline up because unless this dude, if he was still alive, went out there and killed somebody or did something bad to a woman out there or something crazy, their stuff really wasn't going to go back down. But I still think, I am a person, unless I don't like prospecting at all, especially baseball, because you could wait 5 years till a dude comes up. If I pulled a gold or lower, would I hold the gold? Probably, unless it was like one of the top rookies and somebody's going to pay me 5 figures for it. It'd be pointless because I didn't go out and buy other stuff that I know, I could hold longer. Probably would. I'm hoping they are. I mean, there's nothing guaranteed when somebody comes up anymore. I mean, you could have a streak that's good for a while and push everything up, and then they go down. People start watching the cards go down. Oh, that's what happens with the active players for the first few years. Until you have some consistent seasons under there, your stuff could go up, could go down, take some dramatic ups and downs all along the way. I mean, if you really look at Trout. Trout was pretty steady for a while, and then he got hurt last year and has been out this whole time. Nobody knows, hey, is he coming back? Now we got the lockout. His stuff dipped a little from what I've seen in certain cards, but you can still go out there and purchase a nice Trout auto raw, like Dynasty or something, for a decent amount. And, he's going to be Hall of Fame and all that. If I was a younger collector and I was going to go for somebody active in baseball, yeah, I'd probably pick up Trout. I mean, is Ohtani a safe bet? Not really. He's only been out for so many years. We don't know if he's going to keep up with it. And there's a lot of things that way. Tatis, yeah, he had a great year. Then look at his last year. I mean, yeah, he still walloped some home runs and everything, but he was also injured. How's that going to play? Same with Acuna and all that. To me, I'm going to look at a seasoned veteran. Am I going to miss the dime on holding some of this stuff? Yeah, but in the long run, if I sell it then and I go out and buy, Mario Lemieux rookies, Jordan rookies, Larry Bird rookies, Joe Montana, the rarer stuff. Yeah, I'll see the same thing.
well, not just that. Okay, think about it. Would you go out? Okay, if you had your choice of the young guys, would you get Vlad or would you go for Acuna? I would go for Acuna. He's done a couple. He's only a year.
Yeah, but he has like 2 more years of playing or a year more playing than Vlad does for numbers.
I understand that. I wouldn't go Tatis because look at the Pete Alonso effect. Look at what happened to Pete Alonso's rookie year. What happened the second year? Bombed. Vladimir Guerrero's rookie year wasn't very hot. This year he was. Acuna and Soto have been pretty consistent since coming in. I want consistency if I'm going to invest in somebody. You want consistency. You don't want someone had a good year, bad year, good year, bad year. Trout, consistent. Yeah, he's been hurt. The guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's a stud. To me, I think Soto, he's been consistent. Acuna's been consistent. From all the young kids that are coming in. Tatis and Vlad, don't get me wrong, they're exciting players to watch. But I got to see more consistency before I decide to highly invest in them.
Oh, I mean, to me, I wouldn't invest in any of them right now. That's just me. Would it be cool if I pull something and I have low amount invested in it? Probably, but would I sell it? More than likely, yes. Because I could go out there and look at stuff that I see very limited compared to everything else.
Prospecting is too much of a gamble because they may be fantastic in the minors, can't hit. How many of these can't miss prospects have been bad? A lot.
They're in that in every sport. After me, I wrote it in the chat just so you're tracking. And then, yes, I have Connor McDavid rookie cards, just not Crosby. I got Ovechkin too, Tavares, and I just lost the other name in my head now. Crying out loud. Stamkos. I knew there was another name out there, Stamkos. I sold all my Canes and Tays a long time ago.
See,
McDavid's I won't get rid of. I have BGS 10s of his rookie year, and then I got I just lost. I didn't want to say Immaculate. That's not it. Ultimate rookie auto and the not game used, the SP Authentic.
See, here's what I invest in. I usually invest in Hall of Famers. Hall of Famers hardly ever lose value. As time goes on, they slowly get bumps. The older they get, the more they pass away or something like that. That's, when they hit. But I always look at the Hall of Fame ballot every year. I look at last year's who got the highest percentage. Then I go out and look for some of their stuff. That's what I try to do because I know eventually if they get in, they'll be more desirable down the road. Like before Larry Walker came in, the Hall of Fame, Chipper Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, Trevor Hoffman, their cards were pretty evened out. They weren't getting huge bumps. But when they got into the Hall of Fame, you saw increases of their stuff. To me, that's more of a safe bet for me is investing in Hall of Famers or soon to be Hall of Famers. Like if I'm going to go invest on a guy who I think is going to get in the Hall of Fame soon after he's quit playing, I think Molina, I think Miguel Cabrera, I think in that aspect of grabbing them before they get on the ballot, before they get in. Because you're going to get them now at a lower price. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera still catches a good fetch on some stuff, but Triple Crown winner, Hall of Famer, stuff like that. That's just my thing. And I do that with basketball. You can do that with football. You can do that with all the sports. Hall of Famers are usually pretty sure bets. They're pretty safe bets. Prospecting, you're going with what ifs.
Yeah, see, I just go low pop and low serial number. That's always been me. Unless I PC the person like Clemente, Nolan Ryan, stuff like that there. I don't go chasing Hall of Famer ballots and all that other stuff. If I liked the player when they first started off, I bought a couple and I had them for long term. And that's basically why I had the Connor McDavid stuff, Troy. I thought maybe I watched him play some, and you kind of remind me of some players I see in the past, and I kept them. I sold a whole bunch of my Connor McDavid Young Guns. I just kept. I even sold a couple tens. I sold tens when they were. I think they were like 1,800. I don't know what they are now, but I kept three of them just because I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep three of them. But what I found out was instead of buying hobby boxes, I was buying the blaster cases. Per blaster case, I could get up to three Connor McDavid Young Guns. And that's I was buying them through my distributor at like I think they were like $15 a box, so much cheaper than what the hobby was, and nobody knew that stuff. Then I was taking the stacks of like Dylan Larkin and I can't remember who the other two were, and I would stack them on eBay. Didn't care. Made my money back off of those dudes. But yeah, I'm not see where he does his thing with the Hall of Fame stuff. I don't. That's not me the way I've always done it. But whatever you do, you got to stick to it because that's what that's what you do. That's your knowledgeable area onto it. I'd never chase Hall of Fame ballots or people in the Hall of Fame. I've already had their cards for a while when I do it. For me, like when I chased Luca, and this was before the surge and everything, I just liked the way he played. Um, I joked around a lot. I said the only reason I collected him because his mom was hot. Um, I did. I joked around, but I was just hitting his stuff in Raz after Raz, and I was pulling this stuff left and right out of boxes, and I was hearing people, "Oh, I opened up 8 boxes, and I only pulled, a couple base." I'm like, "How in the heck did you do that?" I'm buying like two or three extra per order just to get the free shipping for this order, and I pulled a silver, a green here, red here, whatever it may be. And I just lucked out onto it, but I liked him as a player and his stuff was cheaper. Now, like for Herbert, I pretty much sold almost all my Herberts, but two. The reason behind it is it's not that I don't like watching Herbert play. I don't think he's going to be, a horrible quarterback and all that. With Herbert, he's already hit so many plateaus. So the next plateau is that he goes into playoffs. His stuff will go up. After that, it has to be either like an MVP, breaks some kind of other record, or he wins a Super Bowl, then retire, then die. And that's the way I look at it. To me, if I could get a good chunk for what I got left in the Herbert land, I'd take it in a heartbeat and I'd go move on. I already have thing cards that I'm watching on my slabs. I would move that stuff into and buy 5 cards. And a couple might be TC, couple might be short term, long term. It all depends.
That's the beauty of this hobby. You can collect what you want if that's what you go for, like me. Okay, my favorite player, yeah, Jim Tomei. Granted, Hall of Famer, but not the flashiest Hall of Famer. He's not like extremely desirable in the hobby, but he's my guy. I like him. I've been collecting them. I still collect them to this day. That's my guy. But I think as time goes on, they appreciate the Hall of Famers more who did it before these young cats. Yes, it's all about what you done lately, but a lot of these people forget. They put the old guys in the afterthoughts. But eventually, as time goes on, people will realize, well, you know what? There was a lot less of those created than there are of these new ones coming out. So I think it's going to be a little bit more different. Like Theodore said, Jimmy Rollins rookies are cheaper than Wander Franco. There's billions of tens and graded Wander Franco rookie cards. I'm sure there's not very many Jimmy Rollins 98 Bowman.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, I'm moving off of the baseball, but like, say Justin Herbert. We all know I have the iMac RPA out of 99. There's Pop 2. It sells for around 12,000. I would sell that in a heartbeat, buy myself another Herbert to hold long term because having that one big card is an investment, okay? It has a lot of risk to it.
Yep.
A lot. With that, I go out and buy maybe I like Mac Jones right now. I want one of his autos to hold and see what happens. I could turn that around into different investments long term. The point with it is that there's a lot of stuff that you'll see like I may pull or I may throw up for sale. Like I have a Roethlisberger rookie auto up for sale, but I own 2 of them. That's the only reason why I put one up. Now, when he goes into Hall of Fame, I will probably dump all my Roethlisbergers because of that time frame. To me, he's hit pretty much at his high point of his thing. I'm not gonna probably will I be alive when he dies? I don't know, but I'd rather move that stuff into something else just for long term onto it. And I think that with the way I do my stuff, especially like if I hit something big that's selling for a lot of money, I sell it and I'll still buy a card of that player because I might like him, but I'm also trying to put in different areas out there too. The other issue is when you start moving into the bigger cards, they do get harder to move. Take away eBay because you're losing money on it and some of them other platforms. But if you go to shows, I can tell you now, like all the local shows around me, now the highest card I ever sold with a show was $1,600. I would never probably end up seeing somebody come by with 10,000 plus in cash on a card. Where if I turn that into, five $2,000 cards or six $2,000 cards, I have a better chance at moving those or holding them and those going up. I mean, nobody thought Brady stuff would go as stupid as it was. I mean, I was holding a lot of Brady stuff for a long time, and I slowly started letting it go in 14, 15, 16. Yeah, all 3 years. Because it was 3 years for me to let go of all the Brady stuff. That was in a break. I hit it. Hit it in a filler for random serial numbers.
Aaron, it's too early to put Trevor as a bust because you still got Jamarcus Russell right there. Jamarcus Russell was trash. Him and Ryan Leaf are probably 1A, 1B.
Oh, you still got to give him at least a year or more of being a bust, year or two.
I mean, he's only played what, 10 games? 9 games? You can't call him a bust yet.
Oh, George, I like the oddball old stuff like that there. I got old vintage stuff that I picked up at like garage sales, yard sales, flea markets, and I haven't even gone through. I got like these old cards of like cars. There's oh man, there's Gilligan Island stuff. I have old Batman in there, ET, stuff like that. But I mean, from the 20s and stuff, I got some funky cards that I picked up from a long time ago. There's ones that have like ads or something on it, like of different foods and all kind of stuff. I just have to have time to go look through it and see what they're worth. And do I slab them up? Do I grade them and hold them? But yeah, I mean, oddball vintage stuff's always cool. My second wife's father owned a shop in Pittsburgh, and he had like people used to bring him in stuff all the time. He'd just buy them all out. He didn't care. When he was showing me some of the stuff he had, if he still has it to this day, I mean, it's insane the stuff that he was holding in his house. I mean, even the oddball stuff, like he had these old Barbie cards that I never even knew existed. I'm not talking like 80s Barbie stuff. This stuff was like 60s. Um, he had oh gosh, there were cards that look like they were like Civil War like stuff. They were like I want to say they had to be 20s, 30s, or 40s. I mean, they were just cool looking.
Ask
If
yourself this, Aaron. Did Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning have huge rookie years when they came out? Now, I'm not comparing Trevor Lawrence to two Hall of Famers, but Peyton Manning and Troy Aikman had a pretty bad rookie year. It all just goes on how the team goes. So you can't. I'm not riding Trevor Lawrence off yet. I mean, he's probably the second best quarterback out there, rookie wise, because Justin Fields hasn't been doing good. Trey Lance hasn't been doing good. Zach Wilson hasn't been doing good. Just saying.
I think I have Mary Ann. I remember seeing Marianne. They were like, they're like the. Remember when the show was black and white? These cards are like pieces of the TV series on a black and white like card. It's weird. I'll have to see if I can find them and show them to you one day. And that's awesome, Raptor man. Having a Clemente auto from back in the day.
Bridges, Jordan Poole, and Cole Anthony. Am I believing in those? No. No, I'm not going to jump in the hype on that. Don't. You got to see consistency.
I mean, if you're a fan, like if your team is the Golden State Warriors and you're buying Jordan Pools, that's up to you. I had some Jordan Pools. I sold them to last show. It's just I'm not into Jordan Poole. I'm not into Cole Anthony. Just me.
Yeah, I'm not into Miles Bridges, Poole, or Anthony. No. Yeah, they're having good seasons, but I got to see more consistency through the years. It could be a flash in the pan. That's the thing. I can't believe in that hype.
If I had them during the hype, I would have sold half of them, and the other half I'd be holding just to watch. And as if their play starts decreasing, I slowly let them go. If they go up more, I might slowly let them go to where I only hold 2, 3, or 4 pieces of the puzzle offhand. But that's always the way I've been with anything. I'd never want to hold onto something that's not PC a whole lot of. I probably wouldn't go out there. I mean, I've seen people that were buying Tyrese Maxey last year asking now, should they sell their Tyrese Maxey? The answer is I would, because as soon as Embiid comes back, he's probably going to get less points per game and everything. Is he a good player? I think he's decent. I mean, he'll probably do well for years, but unless he gets injured. But I wouldn't go out and start paying the prices they are now. A lot, TJ, you gotta remember a lot of them people already have stuff invested in them. When they say they're the hot rookie, they're probably trying to get their stuff sold, or they just bought into it as the hype started and they want to try to maximize profit. That's why a lot of times I don't go to the channels and see what's hot out there. I could tell by the Facebook groups that I belong into when stuff like in the Razes feels quick, what's popular and going good. The stuff that sits there for a while, or people put their cards up for sale, you could see the stuff that gets snatched real quick.
Yeah, like I got 4 Cole Anthony optic rookies right here. Am I holding on to them? No. I'm going to be selling them. I'm not holding them. That's just I don't have. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not just going to hold on to them. I got a bunch of these optic rookies. I'm going to be moving them. I mean, I think I have some other Cole Anthony's over here. Yeah, I got a Prism rookie right here. Am I going to hold on to them? Probably not. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna move them. I'm not attached to them. If someone wants them, that's fine. I'm not going to believe in the hype just because they're having a good week or they've done good the last 3 games. I got to see more consistency. I get it. Some people want to get ahead of the curve. They're like, oh, this guy's going to be the next big thing, so we got to get him now before the prices go up. But I don't.
I see why Jordan Poole had 32 points, but Curry wasn't in tonight either. See, Curry was a thing I talked about a year ago. I thought that his prices were still low, especially for his autographs. And now people are starting to sell them a lot higher now.
There's a couple basketball players who I have my eye on, but they're consistent year in and year out that I still think are low.
Scotty Barnes, 2 points tonight.
No, these are players that have been playing for a couple of years that
I'm just looking at some of this stuff on here. Halliburton, 8 points. People are starting to chase him.
In a world of
Oops. It went to a commercial on there. I'm just looking at some of the people like LaMelo Ball, 32 points. He's been anywhere from single digits to 30s all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I look across the board on here, I mean, Giannis, Durant, just by looking at some of the stuff onto here, Tatum probably had a good game tonight. Oh, I see LeBron's back. Tatum 37, LeBron 23.
No, there's a couple guys who I kind of keep an eye on, and if I find something I like of them that's low numbered or autoed or something, I might grab one. But I gotta see. I'm more of a consistency. Are they consistent year in and year out? Have they been consistent? That's kind of the way I look at it. And I think the prices on them they're not cheap, but I can see them going up. And these are young guys.
I just don't go off the hype. Everybody's going to go off the hype soon as stuff sells or start selling high, players explode, whatever it may be. If you go with the hype, you're going to get burnt more times than anything.
Yep.
Occasionally they pan out. I mean, Luca panned out, but I mean, there also was the surge. Now this stuff's kind of settled down to where it's supposed to be at. Same with I think Trey Young still has a little bit more room on his stuff now, but Giannis topped out. All of them.
Well, the three guys who I'm watching, who I like, who I think have potential to get, who are going to be worth more. I think Devin Booker is one of them, Donovan Mitchell, and Damian Lillard. I like those three guys. Are their cards crazy high? Some of them are, yeah. I mean, just like everything else, basketball is crazy high. It's just, they're all are. But I can see the potential of them going up as time goes on because they're all still young. Tatum's on that list. There's a lot of young guys who I think have that capability of getting bigger. I think Kawhi Leonard cards are highly low. I think they're not as high as they should be. I think Kawhi's another good player. So
See, with Maxi, though, he's only averaging 17.8 right now for the season, okay? And this is where I'm bringing in this stuff. If you look in October, right? 20, 15, 14, 7, 16, 16. Now, all but that last one, he's had over 30 minutes a game in. Now you start going up here 10, 14, 20, 10, 16. There's a 31, 33, 24, 16, 22 through Thursday night's game. Do I think he'll do well? Yeah, but he's also seen more ball time with Embiid out. Has he scored 20 points with Embiid in the game? At least we could say at least two of them on here. But I mean, that's just me looking this year. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to trash the guy or nothing like that. But when I'm looking at overall onto it, I gotta play with what I see and what I know too for the years, just with card prices on it. If a guy say I bought a Tyrese Maxey NTRPA for 3,000 and all of a sudden now it's selling for 8,000, do I hold it or sell it? I'd probably sell it because I made a big splash onto it. I don't know the prices. I'm just throwing them out there. I just think that oh, I don't know about turnovers. I just see what I see when I watched a few games with them on it. I mean, I think he's a good player. I'm not downplaying it at all, but also whenever Embiid comes back, there's going to be more with his hands on the ball than it is now with Maxey. Ja Morant.
John Morant's interesting, but I still got to see a little bit more. I got to see a little bit more with that cat. I like him, but I got to see a little bit more. I got to see more. But like I said, I got to go for guys who are consistent. But I mean, I like these guys, the ones I'm looking at. I like those ones. So
Yeah, I've been on a couple of 502 Franks videos recently. I've seen a couple of people emailed me about it.
Hmm.
I think one time talking about SGC pricing, and I think this last one was like something about Pokemon I was talking about.
Like one guy who gets a lot of hype, and I don't understand why, is Shy Gilgis Alexander. I don't understand. I don't understand why SGA gets a lot of hype. I don't.
And see, TJ, that's where I'm getting at. If Maxi's prices would only went up a little bit, I would be all over it. But when you're talking that they're tripled in price just because of that small sample this season, if this was late in the season and his stuff like his game and his points and everything just kept going up and up and up and up, I could probably see it. But beginning of the season, I'm never sold on to it right off the bat. I don't care if it's LeBron James or if it's Luca, Maxi, LaMelo. I don't know any of them players out there. Especially, well, I should put LeBron. He's been playing for a long time. But somebody has under like 3 years on their belt, 4 years. I'm kind of skeptical just because they have a start off hot. I mean, Morant did it last year. He booed his knee and then he came back and he would have flashes of it. Now I was scared of that this year. People started paying some insane prices again. What was it, about 3, 4 games in the season? I'm like, whoa, it's still a long season. I'll sell my stuff now, on him. Oh boy, I say Pokemon Void pops up.
But that's the thing, TJ. Okay, if you're saying Maxi prices are getting to where Tatum is, okay, would you rather go for Maxi, who's had, let's say, what, a good week and a half or something like that? He's doing good this season, or would you rather go for Jason Tatum, who's been consistent, who is a star in this league? I would rather go for a Jason Tatum than I would a Tyrese Maxey. Yes, there's upside with Maxey and stuff like that, but I'd rather go for Tatum, which is a known product.
I don't know. If their prices were the same, based off of what we've seen, how the newer product goes for more, Maxi would have more upside than Tatum. Tatum is 17, 18. If his stuff is, say, we'll just say NT rookies, 15,000, and Maxi's at 12. I don't know the prices of Maxi or Tatum. I would probably rather buy the Maxi because people are going to pay more for the newer stuff than the older stuff. Um, at the same time frame, Maxi has more room to improve versus he also has a lot of room to where it could go way down tank. Tatum really hasn't solidified himself to where I would say he still has risk and he still has a little bit of upside to it. I mean, anybody that goes into playoffs is going to have more money into it, and same with MVPs, finals, all that stuff. But it'd be a hard pick. I'd probably pick Maxi over Tatum if I had to put money into one of the two. Just because I'd take the bigger risk on Maxi. It would be more of an ups if he has a stellar year versus Tatum. His stuff's going to go way up more than Tatum's. And I'm just basing it off of NT. I'm not basing it off of Prism because Prism Tatum's were less produced than what Maxi Tatum's Prism are. That's why I went with a product like NT. Charizard. Arr. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like Jordan Poole, it's Warriors fans. So for them, it makes completely logical sense. My buddy at the last show was a Warriors fan. He always has been for years, and he picked up my pulls. We made a couple deals. I mean, to me, I'm not a Warriors fan. I like Curry, always have. Um, if somebody came to my table and they offered me a decent price on a Curry auto, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat over a lot of players. I'd probably say over 90% of the players on basketball I pick up. I'd probably pick up the Curry before them. No, if Charizard was a hockey player, I think Charizard would be a goalie. Honestly, Pokemon is cheap to get into right now compared to a lot of the other stuff. The other thing is Charizard ain't gonna go out and kill somebody. Well, it might in the movies or game or whatever, but in real life, it's really hard to mess up Pokemon right now. To me, I mean, I've as ever I told everybody, I stopped buying and getting allocations in basketball and football because of the stupidity in prices. I still got my baseball, but mostly I've been working soccer and Pokemon stuff because for the most part, if you can get your pre-order and some soccer stuff and you play it very, very seasonable with it, you could do well in soccer. Pokemon, I mean, it goes up in price because everybody now knows Pokemon, but there's some good stuff out there.
Oh God, Theodore.
A Pokemon Hall of Fame? I don't know. There probably will be. I know there's a thing called a Pokemaster.
Oh, Pokemon Hall of Fame. It's got to be, Pikachu's number one.
I mean, there's a Toy Hall of Fame, and probably somebody will probably do that one day.
Oh, I imagine they will. There's
Oh my
video,
gosh.
there's video game Hall of Fame. Of course, there will be a Pokemon. There'll probably be. I'm sure there's going to be there'll be one.
Charizard and Pikachu on a tape. I can see it now.
Yeah, that
No,
and
I think that there, and I think like some of the wrestling stuff is cheap and affordable to get into. If it ever booms, you got money. If not, you could really enjoy it. I mean, AEW is going upper deck. Um, I still like my hockey stuff too. Don't get me wrong. Now that I found out I could buy retail without having to wait 6 months and get a pre-order, I mean, I'm game on upper deck. Uh
HGA. No, I'm not a fan of.
no, I won't go into a new company just because the uncertainty level on it, them establishing themselves now. There's just way too many coming out. There's some great guys out there that own their own companies that I hope they do well, and there's some that just don't make sense to me that when I see their stuff, their pricing, and other stuff. I mean, if I owned my own car company, I probably wouldn't be advertising other brands on my stuff, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
Like if I owned Extreme Grading Company, I wouldn't be telling people, oh, look at all my order back from PSA. It'd be my own stuff. Unless it was PC, then people would understand. But I wouldn't be like, oh, look, I just got 10 more orders in from PSA or Beckett and stuff like that there. There's just a lot of scrutiny involved into it. And I lived through it through RA2 different times where all these grading companies came out and a lot of them failed. It might have taken 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, whatever it may be. And I've already seen a lot of them all falter out.
Yeah. So you guys talk about wrestling and Pokemon. I called it. I was talking to Jason about it. I called it maybe about a month or two before they exploded with Marvel cards. Because I told him, man, I thought about grabbing some boxes because I was like, man, these comic book movies are getting huge. I can see that. I can see it happening, and I didn't. I could have bought 1990 Marvel Impel, the first editions. You could have bought those for like $60 a box. Now they're like $500-$600 a box.
Hey, Jim, no joke. I think it was late 96 or something, maybe early 97. I was buying Jordan stuff when I was stationed in Hawaii. Okay. And so a guy that I was going around with, he was like this big Pokemon dude. He's like, you gotta buy these Pokemons. And he had me do it a couple times. Now, when I bought it, I didn't know there were different languages. There's like that German version, there's like a Portuguese one, you got like the Chinese or Japanese one and the American. And he would go out there and find these guys and buy up all their stuff like twice a month. And he got me into it. I picked a few boxes up. I still have them. I've never touched them. I was shipped them from Hawaii years and years and years ago, like probably like 97 ish, 98, something like that. But because I remember bubble wrap and putting a box, then bubble wrapping that box and putting in another one just to hopefully it didn't fall off into the ocean somewhere. But yeah, that stuff there is some money now. I've seen it now where they have these hard case plastic, like I don't know, like one touch boxes for them. I'm thinking about buying. Hey, what's up, Barney? I don't know. It seems that way offhand. I guess I could be called like Dream Crusher Grading, DCG. Or we just go Extreme Dream Crusher Grading, EDCG, and have like the first. No, because you know what? Back in the day, used to have that BCCG back in the day. They had a 4 letter one at one time. That's the only one I could think of. Everybody else all had three. Yeah. ISA, all that stuff.
Hey, Crafty, what's up? So yeah, you said no, the Marvel full set, $200 with the hollows. Okay, the set's 200. You go look on eBay how much PSA 10 cards are going for there. Yee. I'm watching some of them right now. Where's that? Yeah, one right here, 199, 450 our best offer. These are PSA 10s, which the pop is going to be low on them because they just started getting popular, so people are going to start sending them in. But man, with some stuff coming out soon, I see a lot of it going up.
I can tell you, Pokemon, they've been allocating stuff from last year. I guess they're reproducing it. Pokemon is. And I think there's stuff from the year before too. So I'm wondering if they'll ever reproduce the old stuff again. Hey, for $50,000, you too could have a second generation box of Pokemon. Yeah, no, I'm good. Now, if you give me to me a pre-order price from back in that day, we could talk.
Oh no, carddeal.com. I get it. I'm not going to buy no Guardians gear.
I only get you that for Christmas. I'm going to send you a Guardians jersey.
Cool. I need a nice little fucking flag for my front yard.
Actually, I'm going to tell your wife to get it for you.
I want to tell her, do not give me any Guardian stuff. No thanks.
I think it'd be the greatest thing. Stocking stuffer, Guardian underwear.
Yeah.
Guardian underoos, right with the Trevor Lawrence underoos.
Return to sender.
Oh, heck yeah, I can get Jeff Wilson to endorse me. I'd make millions then. It's Jim, it's based off of whatever the card grades at. I would send it in at the lowest level, say $150 on Express. And if it grades high, they're just going to upcharge you to whatever that amount is.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Gretzky PG, yeah, sending it to 150. Well, it takes about a week now. Right now, they're about a week out when you send on Express. 150, yeah, like you said, you'll get the upcharge on it. If you get an email for an upcharge, usually that's a good thing. That means they graded pretty high.
Yeah, Raw Dog, he has a channel.
Max headroom, wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Man, my eyes starting to water from the screens all day. He would not rip me off. I would laugh at him.
You.
I'd be like, yeah, that's based off of these comps. Nah. Let's see if I can pull it.
Ay, ay, ay. Dragon Void.
There you go.
Thank you.
I actually saw on eBay somebody selling the letters. You know how you get the letter patch autos or just the letter patches and certain things of the players' names? And across the first picture, it said D's nuts. He was selling those letters.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And you know, somebody's going to buy it too, just because it says D's nuts. It could be of nobody players.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty actually creative.
You know what? I've seen that Santiago Sports here in Kentucky before. I want to say he hangs out at one of the Lexington shops, if I recall right. Maybe it might be the wrong person I'm thinking of because I thought he had a store or something in like Cali or somewhere. I don't know, maybe North Carolina. I can't remember. But I'm almost positive that's the dude that came up to like the Nashville shows before. And I remember him talking about this Lexington card shop owner and stuff. This was a while ago. This is over 2 years ago, way pre-COVID. Might be the same guy. I'm not sure.
Jim, if you want to take it to them at the national, yeah. I mean, they may be able to grade it on site. I don't know how bad they're gonna be, but I mean, if you send it to them, wrap it up nice and tight, real safe, get your insurance on everything like that. I mean, but if you want to take it to the national and have them do it next year, that's a good option. Void, you're missing the most important one. Yeah, I've never heard of the Santiago guy.
I just remember somebody at the Nashville show. Like I said, it was like 2 years ago. And I can't remember if he was opening a card shop or he had a card shop. And he was with a couple people and they were going up into they were talking about going to a Lexington card shop, one of the ones out there. And like I said, this was post COVID. If it's the same person, I don't know if he had a man bun. I can't remember now offhand. Bigger guy. I mean, like it wasn't like not like 502 Frank size. That's what I'm trying to say. Not like runner type. I guess you can say. I don't know. I appreciate it, Raw Dog. Hey, I got old Dick Tracy cards.
Nah, Dick Pole takes it, dude. Dick Pole's the funniest name in the world.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this was a long time ago, AJ. I don't know about anything recent. This is like when, oh gosh, this would have been 2019 ish, somewhere in there. Probably, I went to a summer and a fall show, so one of those two there. It was back before like people were taping really like a lot of their stuff, vlogging it for YouTube. There was very few people who did it. Um, I remember him having a beard. I wish I could think of what else there was to it. But I thought he had some kind of merch or something. It said Santiago Sports or maybe a YouTube channel or something. I've never seen his stuff, so I couldn't tell you. It just stuck in my head when you said that. Jim, there's a market for the stuff out there. I just never gotten into it with the Panini sticker stuff.
No, yeah, a lot of people like those little mini stickers.
Oh, is it AJ? Okay, so it might have been him then.
Nicotine, Lloyd. Got my nicotine.
I've seen Mojo out here before. I know who that is. I can say I've never hung out with them or held a conversation with either of them out here. Probably the only person you guys would know that I even hold a conversation with, but you guys already know because somebody said earlier was 502 Frank. That was probably about it. That does videos you guys might know. Oh, okay. So he started 15 months ago. Like I said, I couldn't remember if he said he had a shop or he was getting ready to try to open a shop. So it might have been he was trying to open a shop then. I was just at a table and he come up there and he knew the guy at the table. And I was just listening as I was trying to get prices on cards. And I just got, okay, if you're going to ignore me, I'm gone type person. I left. Went down about 4 tables, found the same cards, bought it from another guy, and I actually got a hell of a deal. Oh, I don't know nothing about Star Wars cards. I'm gone. I'm lost. I know I have something called something bounty hunters or bounty. It was some bounty hunters or something. I told you about it.
Yeah, I know. I told
Heck,
you I
I don't
want.
even know if I'm still getting that stuff. Every time I
Yep.
put in for Star Wars, they say no.
I told you I wanted that bounty hunter stuff if we get it. Hell yeah, Troy M. Shady.
There's some weird stuff coming out anymore. There's a new card protector called Paladin coming out. They're a
Yeah,
little bit late to the game.
you get those Star Wars bounty hunters, I'll be wanting them.
There's garbage. I know I got Garbage Pal kids for sure.
Yeah.
Pops Chrome,
Star Wars,
Garbage
Star Wars
Pail.
is my
Yeah, I
alley.
still got them. They're scheduled now for end of January. They moved out. Same with WWE stuff.
Well, if you want them, I'll take them.
Wow, they've already started allocations for next year's soccer.
Oh.
Holy cow. So I got a box of UFA Champions League soccer. Then
Mm-hmm.
right below it, I got it's the same exact. Oh, there's hobby. Okay, so there's retail and hobby. I got 2 hobby, 1 retail, and 1 light. Bundesliga soccer, I got 1. Bundesliga hobby 2. Finest soccer, I'm authorized 2. Holy cow, I got a whole lot of soccer for next year. That's more than I ever had before. That's a lot of soccer. Yeah, I was looking to see if I still had the Star Wars stuff on or not. But I've been buying my own soccer stuff now for a while. I don't buy a whole lot, but still enough to I got some crazy allocation I never had before.
I like the Star Wars stuff. I like that stuff. Oh, that soccer will come at the right time too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all like from February through May. But see, that's the thing with the soccer products. They start off like early and then they're done real quick. They're not like a full year all every month some soccer comes out. Well, if you add in Major League Soccer, I guess.
All right.
Oh, I have no idea, Troy, because I'm not getting any football allocations anymore. No idea. Yeah, there's just nothing been out on the breakers shady scams anymore. I mean, all the stuff that I see, it's just not worth posting. I mean, I tell everybody don't pay friends and family unless you really trust a person. Now people are using like Facebook Pay, Venmo, or Cash App, one of the two, because you can't charge back on. And then people trading with people and having like crop pictures here and there and not being on a coin. It's just nothing that's really, sticks out. I think the best thing is going to be in tomorrow's video where I talk about a dude that's stamping the envelope saying no or like you have to basically says something like you have to record the package or no refund opening the package up. And I just laughed. I can't wait for the guys. There's a couple lawyers on the channel get to read that and see how they tear that apart.
Surprise player for the second half of the NFL season. Ooh.
I think Mac Jones is going to be the bigger surprise of anybody. I think he's going to get better as the season goes on. Or we could really say Adrian Peterson, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's going to be Mac Jones, what everybody's going to talk about. I mean, if you're going for like somebody that's been in the league for a while, surprise player, like comeback type.
Have a good night, Jim.
All right, Jim. Have a good one. I don't know.
You know what? My surprise. I'm going Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins has a. I think he's going to light it up the next half of the season. I like the guy. I've always liked Kirk Cousins. Is Mac Jones last year's Justin Herbert? Ooh, I don't know. Mac Jones, he's been playing good, but he hasn't been putting godly numbers up. He's catching fire right now. He's not doing no mistakes. The defense has been playing their role on that, so that helps. Chargers never have a great defense. They always find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. But Mac Jones is arguably he's the best rookie quarterback in the class so far. That's for sure.
Carson Wentz is my pick.
Really?
I didn't really think about this. With Jonathan Taylor stepping up his game, T.Y. Hilton off of injury now, I think it'll take some pressure off of Wentz with having a healthy Taylor and doing what he's doing. I think Carson Wentz will improve. Now, he has a lot of room to improve, don't get me wrong, but I think he might be the second half surprise. I'd really think about that. That was a good question.
I mean,
As far as Justin Herbert, I think his second half, he's playing Pittsburgh on Sunday night. I think it's Sunday night's game. I'm going to tell you what, he's going to tear apart Pittsburgh's defense. Minka Fitzpatrick out.
DJ Watt's out.
They're saying he might play, but I don't see him playing. And that defense has already been shaky to begin with. And there's a couple other people that are out too. Ben, more than likely out to begin with. So their offense is not going to be able to generate the points. They're going to run Najee Harris to no end. So if you're in DraftKings and want to pick somebody up for points, it's going to be Najee Harris because he's going to get a ton of touches. I don't know if he'll get the yards. He probably will. But once they figure out they're running the ball the whole time, between that and throwing a Freiermuth, you're good. But I would say this much. Justin Herbert's going to throw some yardage against the Steelers. I think he's going to throw for some yards. I think they're, like I said to begin with, I think they were going to be a wild card team. If he makes the playoffs, his stuff goes up.
My other pick is going to be Tannehill. I think Tannehill's going to have to adjust without Derrick Henry.
So Troy, I was thinking about the Colts over the Bills. I mean, it's a hard choice. And I believe that's in Indianapolis too, if I do recall right.
I think I'm still taking Kirk Cousins, and I'm taking Tannehill. I think those two are going to be the surprises of the second half. Tannehill and Cousins, they've been playing okay, but I think they step it up. Tannehill's not going to have Julio for another 3 weeks now because he's on IR. Derrick Henry's done for the year. So Tannehill's going to have to work with what he's got. He still has A.J. Brown. So I think he's going to have to figure it out.
Now you want to go with two. Thanks.
And Kirk Cousins, he still has all his weapons. Dalvin Cook, unless he gets suspended for all his stuff. But Madison's still a good backup. You still got Osborne, Jefferson. You still got Thielen. You still got Conklin, who's actually been a decent tight end as of late. So I can see that. I think
I'm going to go out on a limb for another pick. You say Cousins. I'm going to say Dalvin Cook. And here's my reason behind the Dalvin Cook thing, all right? Dalvin Cook, for like the last few years, by this time mid-season, has more touchdowns than what he does now. I also think with Dalvin Cook, you're going to see more passes also to him as well. Cook has been off the radar of a lot of people. Let me pull up his stuff here.
Well, he might be. I don't know if he's going to be playing or get suspended with all the stuff going on. He has some little domestic stuff going on.
Oh, he's denying the claims. He'll be fine until they prove it in court. Unless there's some kind of hard videotape evidence, but he'll be fine. I think offhand just by thinking about this. So here's the thing. He only has 648 yards right now with 3 touchdowns. I think he'll get more. I think, and I'm not just going by touchdowns. I'm talking about improvement being game changer. So touchdowns, he's averaging 4.7 yards, pretty good. But I think he's going to become more of a force onto that because they have to rely on him to take away from Jefferson and Thielen on the passing game, because otherwise they're just going to blitz the hell out of the quarterback and he's going to suck. I'm liking Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook would be probably my other piece on to the puzzle, I'm thinking.
Because what's so funny, if you look at the Vikings record, they've lost by no less than 2 points a lot of games. A lot of the games they're losing by a point or 2 points.
Well, I'm looking at this way. Last year he had over 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. This year, 648 and 3 touchdowns. We're playing more games this season. The other piece that I was thinking about is last year he had more yards off his targets for receiving than he does now. But I think they'll incorporate him a little bit more. I'm going to stick with Dalvin Cook. I like that for my second pick.
Well, Cooper Cup's already having a fantastic season, so we can't say Cup over Cook. That's given. Cooper Cup's having a fantastic season.
Yeah, Josh, I couldn't take him. It'd be like maybe I could take Jared Goff or somebody like that. Yeah, but I'm taking somebody that hasn't been up there. Stafford's had his time in glory. Cook hasn't, either as Wentz. Wentz has been piddly, but I think with the recent play of the Colts with Wentz, he's going to get into a good rhythm here. He's got Hilton back. Taylor's solidified their run now. I think it'll take a little pressure off of Wentz, and he might do fairly well throughout the rest of the year. I don't know if they'll make playoffs or anything like that, but I think it's a fair thing that his numbers will improve overall, and I think Cook's the other one.
Josh Allen is the reincarnation of Jesus. Debate me. Go ahead. Okay. I don't know. Josh Allen put up a stinker against my Jaguars.
Yeah, you lost Trevor Lawrence. Don't even talk about it.
You lost to the bust.
You lost to Tim Tebow Jr.
You lost to the bust.
He lost to Tim Tebow Jr. That's a good point. Tim Tebow Jr. beat him. Yeah, my Steelers beat him beginning of the year, and they suck. And he also got a sack, too.
He got sacked, intercepted.
And a fumbled.
Yeah, so sorry.
Well, I think he was trying to keep it to where he tried to stay a little bit of religiously, politically correct onto that whole statement, too. Because I had a bunch of thoughts I was going to say, and I'm like, yeah, I better not.
Oh, no. If he's a reincarnation of Jesus, then that's Tom Brady.
That would have been my first pick I was thinking of as well.
Tom Brady. Sorry. Tom Brady is a reincarnation of Jesus. Sorry. And yes, my Jaguars. I've been a Jaguars fan actually since they came into the expansion. So I have been a Jaguars fan.
Well, how are you Bills Mafia fan if you live in Jacksonville and Jags is your team?
He grew up. Me? I've lived in California my whole life. I was a Niners fan, but when Jacksonville and Carolina came in the expansion, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to jump on a new team, I'm going to start from the very beginning. So I've been a fan since the Jaguars are in here. So, hey, we've had some good seasons. We lost to the championship twice, no, 3 times to the Super Bowl winner. So can't say my team has been completely horrible.
And the funny part was I was talking to Joey about that beforehand, and I was like, I should just take the Jags in this game because I'm telling you, I just have a funny feeling the way things are going this year that they're going to pull off the win against Buffalo. And I said, with the points or not, I think they're going to pull it off.
And I told him, you're smoking peyote. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing? You have lost your ever-loving mind if you take that. That is the biggest sucker bet I've ever seen. But it would have paid off.
And look what happened.
Yeah, look but it happened too. Off. It would have paid off. 99.9% of the time, that shit ain't happening.
You know what? I was basing it off their last 2 weeks of play. It wasn't for offense-wise. It was their defense. The way that I saw those dudes, I said, if they could put together a full game against Josh Allen, they might have something. And I also said with the weather and everything else, it could go Jacksonville's way during that game. I had a funny feeling on to it.
The weather was not even a part. It was nice and sunny. There was not a problem in Jacksonville. But I think they just came off a bye too. Yeah, they just came off a bye and lost because I'm sorry, the Manning Monday night interview is a curse. Anybody who's been on there, that team lost the next game.
Well, it was when they played in London. I watched the game against Miami, and I was like, huh. And then I just happened to just catch parts of other games, from Red Zone or whatever I was watching. I'm like, huh. I'm like, I bet you they have it in to beat the Bills this week because the way the Bills have been streaky. Josh Allen hasn't been the same quarterback as last year at all. Now, granted, they have more weapons, but people start figuring you out after a while. You got to overcome and adapt, and that's something that offensive coordinator hasn't really looked into with them.
Oh no, Raw Dog, my team is absolutely shit. They are trash. Their defense is trash. Trust me, we are not a good team, but they are my team. I'm gonna root for my team, but I do have a little knowledge of like, oh, my team sucks, so I'm not gonna win this. Shut it about London. Why? My team won in London. Don't get mad. My team won against the Dolphins.
Hey, when Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, we'll start talking. Otherwise, he's going to be Dan Marino. But with his legs, not with his arm.
Trust me, I'm not delusional. I see my team and I'm just like this. Ooh. Now, what I think's wrong with my team, our defense is horrible. And our coach is trash. Please get rid of Urban Meyer and get us a coach that actually knows what the hell he's doing.
I'll be honest. This week, when I was looking at some of the games, now this is without point spreads playing, okay?
No, I don't know Josh Allen Lloyd. Sorry. He's from around here, but I don't know him.
Some of the things I see going on is, where was it at? I think with the points, I took Detroit over Cleveland as being a big upset. I saw
Detroit as well, but no Jared Goff.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't really watched.
No Jared Goff now. He's out. They got some other kid they activated, which to me just.
Oh, I know what it was. Next week on Turkey Day. So I was looking at this. You got Chicago at Detroit, right? I believe they're playing in Detroit. I'm taking Detroit, taking Vegas over Dallas. And even though it's Buffalo and New Orleans, Buffalo should win against New Orleans onto it. But I was looking, there were some crazy games. Was it this week? Maybe it was the next week. One of the ones I was looking at, it had some crazy games to where I figured there was some upsets. Oh, yeah, I was looking at Seattle over Arizona because a lot of people are saying Arizona's going to dominate, and there's no word yet Kyler Murray's playing. Even if he does come back, he's the same Kyler Murray as before. And I was saying the Giants on Monday night might beat the Bucs just because the Giants, I know it's not Eli Manning, has had Brady's number in the Patriots in the past. I just was like, I'm going to take the Giants over the Bucs just for some crazy reason.
Really, Raw Dog? You had to go there with the Cubs.
Oh, I've been missing it all.
You had to go there? Come on, man. That hurt. But you know what? It hurt that we lost to the Cubs in the World Series, but you know what? One of us had to end their streak. It had to have happened. It just wasn't us.
Dallas versus the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs win. I think Stella got her groove back, which is Mahomes. This big win, this big game that he had, I think was the confidence booster he needed. I think they get back to where they're going. Cowboys don't have Amari Cooper this game. He's out this game. You still got Dak. You still got Zeke. Still got Trayvon Diggs and Parsons. But to me, I think the Chiefs win. I don't think they win big. I think it's a close game, but I think the Chiefs win.
I don't know. Both defenses are not the best out there. I think Dak beats them.
I
Somehow, some way, I'm going to call. I'm trying to be realistic here onto this.
I think it's a close game. But the thing I see with Dak is what I see with Tony Romo. Great player during the season, going to be a choke artist in the playoffs.
I'm thinking Dalton Schultz is going to get a lot of looks. Now, you said Cooper's out, right?
Amari Cooper is out. Michael Gallup, I think, is still out. So that leaves them Cedric Wilson and CeeDee Lamb.
I think they're fine. I think they'll be fine because you still got little Zeke boy in there. You still got Pollard, who somehow always does well in big games. I don't know how and why, but he does. I think they still have what's that guy's name? Noah Brown, right?
I don't know. I'm still taking the Chiefs. I take Mahomes over Dak. I take Tyreek over any wide receiver they have. I take Kelsey over Schultz. Cowboys defense is better. I get it, but I can see the Chiefs defense stepping up. They need to step up. They step up against the Raiders. They're going to step up against the Cowboys. They're going to go on their run.
Now, like I said, Troy, that's not what point spans at all and being played on to there because I don't know what the points are. Let me look here.
I think the point spread's 2.5. If it's 2.5, I'm still taking the Chiefs.
Well, let's see. Detroit is getting 11.5 points. I definitely took that over Cleveland, but where are you at? They're actually favoring Jacksonville to. Oh no, they're not. They're favoring. Okay, I thought they were favoring Jacksonville. What game are we talking about? Houston.
Talk about the Chiefs and
Indy's getting points against Buffalo. That's why I took Indy. But where the heck's the Chiefs at? No, it is 2.5 points given to Dallas. I'll still take Dallas either way. But there was another game that was. Oh, that's on the good old gridiron. The Giants are getting 11.5 points on Brady. I'm just kind of feeling funky because here's my thing was when Brady went up and played Mac Jones, he didn't look very good on to the whole thing. And I think the Giants might, I don't know if they'll pull the win off, but I'm taking them as it. But if there's to be an upset really this week, I'm thinking it's going to be the Giants or possibly I don't know. Well, I guess the way this looking, Indy over Buffalo is an upset, so I'd say Indy too.
I put it this way. I think the Buccaneers win, but I think the Giants cover the spread.
Well, they might. I don't know. I'm just saying if there was an upset this week to really predict, if you're counting Indy versus Buffalo as Indy win as an upset, okay. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say the Giants over the Bucks. I mean, anything could happen if Barkley's back in there and
the upset. No, you can't run on the Bucks. Saquon's not going to be a factor. It's going to be Daniel Jones on his legs, throwing to Ingram and whatever receivers he has, because the Bucks are one of the best run defenses.
Yeah, I don't know.
My upset, is Seattle over the Cardinals. Reason why I say it's an upset because the Eagles, I mean the Seahawks have only won 3 games.
Is Russell back?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he played last week. Never mind.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
And they lost. They got blown out by the Packers.
I think
Seattle in Seattle. Good night, AJ. Who are the Eagles playing this week?
Eagles, I believe they're playing New Orleans. I don't have it up anymore. I'm pretty sure it was New Orleans, if I remember right. I know, Troy. I was thinking about that too. But if anybody gets into his head, it would be, well, I figured against the Patriots he'd have done better, but the Giants, I don't know, man. It's been a curse for mostly Super Bowls than anything. But if I had to go with a big upset this week, it'd have to be the Giants.
I don't see the Giants winning, but I see them covering the spread.
I don't know. I picked the Jacksonville thing last time, but I'm not. Like I said, if I had to pick one this week, just like if I had to pick one with the Jags over Buffalo, I told you I'd really think hard on the Jags. I'd probably think hard on the Giants. Everybody's due to come out there because a lot of these teams think, oh, they're unstoppable, whatever it may be across the board. It could be that one. Try to see if there's any UFC on tomorrow. Oh, it's Tate's fight night. Misha Tate. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see many quarterbacks playing at age 45. Now, I know Brady's a freak of nature and stuff like that there, so. Oh, yeah, me too. I'm waiting for CBC to come back. I'm like really slouched in my chair right now. It's been a long week. Even though I only worked 4 out of 5 days. I'm whooped.
What's wrong?
Oh no, they were talking about getting sleepy. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much done here. Anyhow, I was waiting on you to come back.
Oh,
Been on for like 3 hours.
yep. Troy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're down to like 7 people, and there are a lot of people are out of here.
All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. I'm out. And I'll catch you guys. Like I said, video will go up Wednesday with the exact thing on the repacks or repacks. You guys know what I'm talking about, extreme packs. And then they'll go live Thursday noon Eastern Standard. I'll pop on around 11 p.m. Eastern and start doing the randoms and openings just because we got live redemptions for Wax, and we'll just call it. Make sure I got everything yet. But otherwise, we appreciate everybody hanging out. I didn't really realize it was already 1 in the morning my time.
Yeah, it's 10 here, so.
But I'm going to give me some rest this weekend and prep for 3 days of work and off for 4 with good old Turkey Day.
Sounds like a wiener.
Oh, I was slouched in my chair and now my back hurts. All right, guys. Appreciate it. We are out of here.